This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
This episode of the History of Bad Ideas is sponsored by the Cincinnati Comic Expo. If you missed the Cincinnati Comic Expo in 2016, it will be returning to the Duke Energy Center in Cincinnati, Ohio in 2017, September 22nd through the 24th. Want to know what you missed out on? Go to the Cincinnati Comic Expo Facebook page, and they have all their panels with Stan Lee, John Barrowman, and many, many others. Also want to know what else you're missing out on? Check out History of Bad Ideas podcast number 143, as we have sit-down interviews with several of the guests at the Cincinnati Comic Expo. Again, September 22nd through the 24th of 2017. Get your tickets at the beginning of the year.
It's about comic books and movies. Growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that sucked. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote
And all right
scripts.
here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to History of Bad Ideas, episode number 150. 150! Woo! Really, it's not even that big of a deal, but it is kind of. Yeah, I like the 50 marks.
Sesquicentennial.
It's, or as Bilbo Baggins would say, it's our 15th 10th.
Who's Bilbo?
Exactly. That's your problem, Jason.
Sorry. Well, not my
That's
problem, because I
okay.
don't know who he is. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. You have survived election night. We did too.
Barely.
Thank you, Supreme Overlord.
Oh, yes, Supreme Overlord. We
welcome
praise
our Supreme
you.
Overlord.
Woo, Supreme Overlord. We appreciate
We take back everything we said.
for the last year and a half. As long as you take back everything you've said in the last year and a half.
Please keep me off your deportation lists.
I think you're legal.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Good.
I think.
That doesn't
know.
mean anything.
That's
Doesn't
true.
mean a damn thing.
I'm trying to think, where if I get deportated to someplace nice.
Deportated?
Deportated.
I'm going to say Canada. I'm going Canada.
Canada won't take me
Why don't you go to Mexico?
That could
because I don't
work.
speak Spanish.
Hola.
Your dollar could go farther there, apparently.
Yeah, that's true.
How about the Bahamas?
I could probably go to the Bahamas.
Bahamian.
Nobody ever bothers you there. The Bahamas don't go to war. You know, Bahamians,
Bahamian.
they don't go to war. You know, they just kind of mind their own
They
business.
don't go to what?
War.
War?
I have.
You mean war?
No, I meant Gwar. The band. They don't go to
Gwar.
Gwar. They don't go to Gwar concerts.
No, you just usually have some guy. Either you're getting asked to buy some bracelet on the beach, or they want to braid your hair. One or the other.
I don't think they can braid my hair.
I'll let him braid my hair.
Yeah, or they're looking to sell you weed. One or the other things. I don't know.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, exactly. It's medicinal.
5 states just legalized it on election night.
Weed won more states than Hillary.
Oh boy.
All right, hold on a second.
Down the hall.
Hold on a second.
Hobie presents. Hobie presents Soapbox.
This is your non-political podcast. We are non-political.
But that was funny.
But
We're shattering the podcast ceiling this week. We're non-political.
Non-political.
That's Down the Hall, the Hobie Soapbox podcast, coming to you from Canada next week. It will not be on this station.
or maybe as we just discussed, the
Well,
Bahamas.
Well, we feel that that Nickel from Graphic Novice, they're actually they picked up the Soapbox show because they don't have their own shows anymore.
Yeah, their
so
show is disappearing. So
so we might as well do that.
Okay, the Canadian soapbox. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
So one quick thing here.
One quickie.
I got this in the mail today. It's called Uncommon Goods. I always like these catalogs.
That's uncommonly good.
It is uncommonly good. Him, her, fun, and home. That's the four.
Don't bring your bedroom into this fucking podcast, Jason. I don't want to hear about it.
Oh, you will hear about it. But I
don't hear your uncommonly good bedrooms.
Oh, it is uncommonly good.
Like a Toll House cookie?
Well, here's the thing.
What are you doing with that golf club?
Do like a little chocolate. Anyways.
What's that glove for?
Don't worry about it. All comes out brown anyways. Moving on. I always like looking at these things that they sell in these catalogs at Christmas time because they're all like $1 billion more than they are 6 months ago.
It's like that air mall shit that you see on airplanes all the time. You look at them like, wow, that's really cool. I would never buy this, but it's pretty cool.
Well, let me just give you a couple of things. I'm going to be looking through this throughout the show just to give you your ideas because I need some Christmas gifts this year. My wife doesn't usually give me any ideas, so I got to figure some out. I got this one is a butter churner.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
I
That's
don't
all
think
you
she
gotta
wants
do.
a butter churner.
$30, and it looks like a mason jar with just like a little thing that you wheel.
So it's tiny even?
Yes.
If it was a full-size butter churner, I would say yes. But then your wife would get mad because she'd be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Stay in the kitchen, barefoot, pregnant?
Well,
with your fourth child?
There will be no more. Trust me, I've been castrated. There is a scraper for your windows in the shape of a... Well, it doesn't even have a shape of a hockey stick. It just says hockey on it, like the CCM brand. $34.
Wow. You mean that $6 item?
Yes, that I can go and get. Let's see. A dog breed blueprint of a dachshund.
Dachshund.
It's a blueprint of a dog. There's two of them. Oh no, there's just one.
But you don't have a dachshund.
No, you can make any. You can pick any dog you want. Mine's a mutt.
Yeah, can you pick mutt?
Yeah, I think you should.
Those are the only dogs people should
Can
get.
you pick a side profile of you naked on all fours?
Oh,
I think that would be
I just
great
threw up a little bit.
for the pillow. And your neighbors come over to visit. What the fuck is this?
what are you talking about? That pillow's going to be in your chair next week. Take a guess how much it is. A blueprint of a dog.
$35?
The front is the face, and it
$29.99.
says the dog's brand. The back is the side profile with little descriptions on the ears and all that.
$29.99.
$95.
Holy crap.
I'm just saying.
I should have overguessed.
Elwood, the Rainbow Unicorn mug. Take a look at that. That's beautiful. It's a white.
Okay.
It's a white coffee mug. It has feet. It has a unicorn horn come out of it, and the tail is rainbow. That's the handle. Take a guess how much?
That looks to be a $55 mug.
$29.99.
$38.
Oh!
For one mug. For one mug. And finally, the last thing we'll do here before we'll talk later on, there's a dog tote bag you can get with your picture of your dog. You send them a picture, and they cartoon draw it.
Or since you don't have a dog, it would be you on all fours.
I do have a dog. Jeff doesn't have the dog, so it's him on all fours.
I've never seen your dog.
Yeah.
Where's your dog?
In bed?
I think
Sleeping?
you're lying to me.
Jeff, did I not have a dog?
He has a dog.
I've never seen your dog.
It's a hound.
It's named after
I've
his
been coming here for
ex-girlfriend.
120 at least episodes.
Where's your
Before
dog?
dog?
I have a hound lab mix.
Where?
It's in my son's room usually.
Okay, that's probably why I never see it.
So you see the tote bag. Take a guess how much.
$29.99.
You're going 29.
You want 29 on everything.
Yes.
I know.
I wish I could find something in
do
here
my
for 29.
Price is Right, illiterate asshole.
I'll say $55.
$75.
Damn it.
I mean, seriously.
You get those tote bags for free on PBS.
Go to a comic expo, you'll get one for free. You can just put a picture on it. Yeah, but with the PBS, you gotta donate to the
but
Michael Bublé Concerts Fund.
Well, that's fine, but the gift is free. Your donation is for PBS. The gift is free.
Sure. That's how they want to say it. So if you're curious, like I said, go to Uncommon Goods. They do not sponsor us, but if you really want to overpay,
And nor will they.
let's see. Anything else going on with you guys? Anything exciting?
Not really.
Okay.
It's been a
Rough week?
not rough, just wearing down.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the point. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go to our up-down.
Up, down.
One thing we're up on this week, one thing we're down on this week.
And I'm not even sure I have an up.
I've heard that about you.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm down on Facebook and Twitter.
Okay.
Just, I thought, okay, after a year and a half of all this political shit, I'm like, things can get back to normal, and it got worse.
It did get worse on Facebook. I don't see it on Twitter.
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
I've not seen it at all on Twitter.
Maybe a little less as you get farther away from the election, but oh my god, the first 3 days after the election, that's the only thing that was on Twitter.
No, I've missed it. Thank God.
I don't know how. You must not have been on Twitter.
I haven't been on it much. I wasn't on it much.
Yeah, I am so tired of political posts on Facebook.
I feel like it wears
I'm
you
so
down.
tired from the left. I'm so tired from the right.
I'm tired from
I'm tired of it all. That's why I've stopped doing anything political. I just want to try and post funny things from here.
Well, that's my intention. I
Yeah.
get on. I'm like, oh, let's just put funny things. Somebody says something,
yeah,
and you're like,
and
God
you
damn.
know what?
And then they say it over and over and over again.
Oh, damn it. You know what?
And eventually you respond, and you're like, what did I just fucking do?
I am going to start blocking people just because
You don't
I'm
even
so
have to-
tired of their political posts.
You don't even have to block. You can block not the person, but you can block
Well,
that source
the
that they
problem
pull
is
from.
some of my friends, which I love them all dearly, and some of our podcasting friends, the only thing they keep posting is political BS, and I'm just so tired of it. I'm just so
Was there an election?
so tired. Yeah, I guess there was last week.
I'm tired of the Harambe party. It's really getting old. He didn't win, guys. Let it go.
I don't
Okay?
know if Harambe will ever get old.
There was a funny Harambe post this past week.
What's that?
Right? It's like, Harambe and some guy goes into a bar and says, "What's Harambe want?" The guy says, "Ice." And he says, "Just ice?" He says, "Yes, just ice for Harambe." Justice for Harambe. Just ice. And you know what? I had to click on the comments because there's like 200 plus comments.
Oh.
And they were people that were pissed off at whoever's running this Facebook account for Harambe. And they were mad, and this is vitriolic posts, just like all the vitriolic posts in the past week. And it was just like, I just started laughing. I'm like, this has to be fake, right? I mean, the outrage on this has to be fake. But no, it is insane.
That's what I've learned this past week is none of this is, well, a lot of shit posted is fake.
Yeah.
But the people's feelings and butthurt emotions are real. And God, it's annoying.
Yes, it is. I love the whole electoral college scandals right now. The electoral college is a genius thing that was created by the founding fathers of our party, of our country. If you don't know what you're talking about, the electoral college and why it exists, you need to go and actually read why it exists and why it protects you from the tyranny of the majority and how they set that up for a balance and all that kind of stuff. And it is probably one of the most ingenious things that there is that the founding fathers set up. And anybody that ever thought that we were a true democracy are obviously undereducated and don't understand what representative democracy and republic is. Go back to school. Go learn your civics class again.
Blake is on Hobie's Soapbox.
No, you know what? You're right. I'm done. I'm done with the political
on the Canadian
shit.
broadcast system.
I'm done. No, I'm not going to talk anymore.
Next week.
I don't want to talk anymore.
So, Jason, what are you up on?
What are you up on?
Can I be up
what
on-
are you up on? I'll tell you what I'm up on. Happy birthday, Jax.
Jack Sue.
It's El Heno from Idaho. It's his dog's birthday today.
Oh, that's right. Happy birthday, El Heno's dog. I did see it.
Yes,
5
that's
years
right.
old.
That's right.
5 years old.
Yay!
I'm up on Superstore, the TV show. That show is hilarious. It reminds me it's very similar to The Office.
Yeah.
But a little bit more. And I used to work in retail. Jeff used to work in retail.
Oh, yeah, remind me about
And
that
there's
again.
little things like you have these stories going on, and then they show like little 5-second snippets of what customers are doing. And it's always like in front of the employee, they knock something over. They look down at it, walk away. It's like, yeah, that's pretty similar. And just like these little quick snippets. And my wife and I have enjoyed it. I told her, I was like, it's very Office-like in terms of, like, it's a very ensemble cast. And you know that the two leads are eventually going to get together. She's married right now to kind of a douche. But it's very well done. It's very funny. It is on hiatus right now, so you can go on to NBC and watch them because they just had their Black Friday show episode.
Oh.
That was pretty funny. And they all got food poisoning because they brought in the...
They brought in platter.
Yeah, everybody brought food in, and the one was a spinach dip that they got sick on. So they were taking turns going to the back, like waiting in line. They're like, there's no customers, no cashiers in line, so they're all just waiting. So it is pretty damn funny. I recommend it, Superstore. So I'm very up on that. Jeff, anything?
So it's like a Walmart office.
Yes.
Ah, cool.
And they even run on. They protested 2 weeks or a couple weeks ago. They went on strike at the end of last season because the one lady wasn't getting maternity leave, and she was. But then they were also bitching because they cut them off right before full-time status, like 31 hours and all that stuff. It's a funny show though. It's very well done.
So if you worked in retail, you'd identify very much with it. All
yes,
right.
There's a lot of stuff I identify with working in retail.
God, I spent way too many years working in retail. Thanks for bringing all that back up.
Down the hall, Hobie has a new podcast next week called Retail. It's the insights of Jeff and Jason. It will be on the Canadian Broadcast Network. So, Podcast Network, sorry. Let's see. We're on Nerdly. Nerdly is back up and running. Nerdly.co.uk.
Hello, governor.
G'day, mate.
Oh, wait.
Nope.
Oh, wait, that's Australian.
No. You're a cheeky monkey.
Damn wankers.
Cheers.
We're on Geek Life Radio. 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, every Friday. Internet radio show. We're also on Tangent Bound Network. Ooh, tangent. We're on Danger Entertainment.
Danger Entertainment.
And we're on WeBeGeeksPC.com. Check them all out. And we're also on Wicked Radio Network. Well, and sometimes.
Are we?
Well, it's pretty much down. But, hey, the Facebook page is up.
The Facebook page is still up.
Yes.
And Wicked is not the Wizard of Oz bullshit.
No. Or Wicket, the Ewok. It's not the Wicket Network.
I thought you said the Wiccan Network.
Ooh, I like Wiccans.
Wiccan.
For all the religions, I think it might be a Wiccan. I love sacrificing a goat. But yes, thank you everybody for listening. We are episode 150.
I don't think Wiccans sacrifice goats.
My Wiccan does.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I just saw a stray goat in the farm area over here, so I just decided to have a little fun.
He called it a sacrifice. We had goat burgers for dinner.
Goat burgers are pretty good. I'm just have to say.
See, I thought in the fall you just took your clothes off and rolled around in the leaf piles.
I did that too. In this gated community, we don't have real trees, so it's okay. But yeah, so a lot of our podcast friends that we would not be here without have sent in congratulations. Very self-congratulatory episode with that, so we appreciate that.
Yes, but this is your guys' 150th.
It's like your 130th, 120th.
Ish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we
what
want
my
to be at
count
150
is.
without you, Blake. Without you.
Yeah.
So. Your
All
episode
I have
is
to
still
say is-
number
yeah,
one. The
thank you.
first appearance of you, number 18, I think is the number one episode.
Because it's just a good number.
It is.
18's a good number.
It had Dungeons and Dragons in the title too.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that helped.
It could help. as
And
well.
I think that's when Libsyn gave us a boost.
They did. They did.
They said, Blake's on? Give him a boost.
There you
Let's
go.
do it.
The guys over at the History of Bad Ideas podcast, Jeff, Jason, and Blake, they even asked us to send them some audio for their 150th episode. So, on behalf of the Jock and Nerd podcast, being Imran Anthony and Rug Boy, I thought we should record a little funny thing.
Who the fuck are these guys?
What are these guys? What are they doing?
The show, clearly you guys have not listened to the show. I apologize. I have listened to the show because they play our promo.
Is that a good idea or
Thank
a
you
bad
very
idea
much.
listening to
It's
their
a
show?
bad well, the show is called History of Bad Ideas, but they talk about pretty much what we talk about. Superhero TV, comic book stuff. They're into wrestling. They're
So
into
this show is
movies.
basically competition. Like you could listen to our
They're-
show or their show.
You could listen to the Jock and Nerd podcast, and you can also listen to History of Bad
They
Ideas.
don't have a puppet, though, do they?
They do not have a puppet. They got a guy named Blake.
Oh, Blake's a hot name.
Yeah, it is. You
That's
know,
a
like,
very like millennial name.
it's also a hot name for a girl. Like I knew a girl named Blake.
Oh
she
yeah,
was smoking.
Blake Lively's
yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, this is a guy.
Can we swear? Do they swear on their
Fuck
show?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So look, 150 episodes, guys. That's awesome. Congratulations. Here's the thing. You might have to turn around and send us audio pretty quick because we're going to be catching up soon.
Yeah, what are we at?
137?
Yeah, and they're going to have to congratulate us.
Ruggs, what do you think of congratulate them for 150 episodes?
Listen, guys, you guys probably hate each other by now doing 150 episodes. So good job. I don't know if you guys do this stuff live together or via the internet, but keep at it, dudes.
Just the fact that they haven't killed each other after 150 episodes, that is something to be said.
From someone that has never listened to your show ever, I am so proud of you guys for getting to 150. You guys have a fantastic show. Here's to another 150, you cocksuckers.
Look, you guys, I listen. It's cool. Don't worry about the others.
Hey, this is Big Dev from Snake Oil Comics, Shot of History, and Snake Oil Horror. Just wanting to wish the guys at Hobie a happy 150th episode.
Want to say thanks to Dev, the gentle giant, for that. Appreciate it, Dev. We've known you for a long time.
And the guys over there at Jock and Nerd.
I don't know about that.
Was that a compliment?
Well, one of them listens to us.
Imram.
Yeah. I can't even pronounce Imram's name. So.
Imran.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just mumbling.
Rug.
And he's the one that listens to us.
Yeah.
Is he the jock or the nerd?
They actually say that at the very beginning. So obviously Blake does not listen. He's the puppet. They have a puppet. It's not the same.
Oh.
Anyways, but thanks guys for that.
Cool.
Let's see. We got a Twitter poll of the week. Anybody want to do the Twitter? Let's do it.
Sure. Let's Twitter poll of the week.
Yay. Pardon me. What? Sorry, as I'm dying here. What do you think of the new version or new season of The Walking Dead so far? We put this on Twitter at Bad Ideas Podcast. You can follow us. And here we go. Last at 11%. Enjoyable, but not great. 22% said losing interest, which surprises me. It's tied for first almost.
No, it's not a tie.
It's true.
1%.
Anytime I put the Walking Dead polls up there, I get a lot of response, so I do appreciate it. 33% said awesome, Negan rules. And 34% said awful, Negan is a waste. So it's like Clinton and Trump. They're very divided. It's right down the middle.
I feel I put my vote, put it over the top.
11% is the Jill Stein.
Yeah, they really wish, Jill really wishes she got 11.
got 11%.
Gary really wishes he got 22.
Gary Johnson got 22%. He's losing interest in the race, so he's at 22%. No, so yeah, it's a very split. Blake, are you enjoying this season?
Yeah.
I like it.
It was, I learned one thing. I think this past episode is very much pro Second Amendment gun rights.
That
episode.
was a shitload of guns.
And the rule is, the lesson learned is that keep your guns so that you may protect yourself from tyranny.
Excellent.
And don't make a log of all your guns so the bad guys can come
join
in.
the logs and say, oh, I think these are all it.
What the fuck was that? Oh my god.
Exactly. Oh, we know for a fact they're all here because she kept track of them all, and I'm sitting there going, why didn't you burn the book?
Here's an idea. Why the fuck are you logging a missile launcher? There's only one you have. It's not difficult if it goes missing.
Did you get the missile launcher? It's gone. Check the log. Make sure it's supposed to be there.
Or cook the books at least. I mean, come on. Hide 20 of them somewhere.
Missile launchers, 0.
0.
I don't know. Did you have a missile launcher? No, we just putting down all the things. No. Tank, 0.
I've got a friend who stopped watching.
Why?
He really didn't like the direction it turned.
Huh.
Didn't like I think he might have watched the second episode of the season and stopped there. If not, he just said it wasn't enjoyable anymore.
I've heard that from a lot of people. Not a lot, but I've heard that from, news articles. Yeah. But the ratings are actually higher this season than the last 2. So I think you're losing some people, but gaining some. I think a lot of it is through streaming. I think people wanted to see who Negan killed, so they ended up watching live now. I like Negan. I thought this hour-and-a-half long episode was way too long. We did not need an hour-and-a-half episode this week.
No, it did get burdensome of the bullying, but
yeah,
I understand they want to keep the tone going, and they want to express Negan's rule as nearly intolerable, highly, oppressive.
But is he like this towards the hilltop, you think, and the kingdom?
Well, you're going to find out next week.
Or do you think he's just doing it just to put Rick in his place at the very beginning?
Like anybody that conquers somebody else or takes over something forcibly, in order to effectively kowtow them, you got to put your boot on their neck.
For a while.
And that's what he's doing.
I did like how Rick thought, oh, okay, well, maybe we can make this work. I'm going to do an act of good faith, and here's the gun that we didn't log. Fucking
now,
idiot.
Please give us Daryl. Well, I understand his motivation was to try and get Daryl back because, they purposely brought Daryl out there to parade in front of him.
Yeah.
And, Daryl looks like shit, and he's been beat
Can we
up.
just call him Sad Daryl from now on?
Sad Daryl.
Sad Daryl.
Mopey Daryl.
Sad Daryl.
The rumor online is that they cut his tongue out because he wouldn't say he's Negan, and that's why he's not talking. I don't think they would do that for their moneymaker of Daryl.
No, because the anti-Daryl, the last thing in the episode, as he walks by him and says, all you got to do is say, this bike could be yours. All you got to do is say the words.
Yeah.
What's his name? Dan?
Dwight.
The
I feel like
anti-Daryl.
I feel like they don't know what to do with Dwight. Like, one episode, you think he's going to turn on Negan. Yeah. The next episode, he's just a dick.
But Daryl, the few words he did say, not this past week, but the week before, he basically tells Dwight, I understand why you did it.
Correct.
Because you were thinking of somebody else.
Yes, and I understand that.
Daryl says, I can't do that. Basically saying, I've got nobody. And I think Daryl is actually bringing this punishment on himself because he probably feels guilty for
Glenn.
And
I feel like he's also playing the long game, and he's going to be the one that turns. He's basically going to infiltrate Negan's group. He's eventually going to
turn for the purpose of becoming like the anti-Daryl and, helping the downfall of Negan. I think, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. And there was a moment there I thought, well, obviously Daryl is taking the place of Carl. As far as in regards to the graphic novels of what I've read and everything else, what you've talked about. But I almost for a minute there, when Carl drew the gun, on the guys.
On Negan.
On Negan's guys, and they went in. And I almost thought that was going to be the point where Negan takes Carl, and they go with the graphic novel storylines, and, but apparently no.
My whole thought the whole time, and I understand that they're scared. Rick's scared a little bit. He's a little worried. He doesn't want to lose anybody. He has the Lucille, the bat.
Yeah.
Many times it's just him and Negan's back is turned. Kill him. See what happens. At that point, you kill Negan. Then you see, I'm in charge now. I got the fucking Lucille bat. I just killed Negan. You fuckers are following me. See what happens. Yeah, people may get shot. They may go nuts. But at least you're not under their rule for the next 30 years.
Yeah, but that's the whole, evil dictator demagoguery.
Yeah.
Of, you sit there and you think, how easy it would have been for people to kill Hitler or Napoleon. Or
apparently not that easy.
Apparently
they're making Valkyrie movies about it, and
or Kim Jong-un ill. Or...
Let me go back in time. I'll just shoot him when he's on the shitter, Dad.
Wait,
no, Scott, you can't do it.
Hold on. We need to go back and delete this thing out about North Korea because I don't want Kim Jong-un coming and hunting us down.
Oh, you mean our new Secretary of State?
Yeah.
Yes, so I like the show. I thought an hour and a half was a little too long. It was very similar to the graphic novel this episode with holding the bat and everything. The last line, I just slid my dick down your throat and you thanked me.
Yeah.
That was straight from the book. I like some of that, but I thought it was a long episode.
Yeah, it was really long.
And then Rosita, she got a gun.
Make me a bullet.
Make me a bullet, Eugene.
That's right.
And I think, who's the douchebag at the end that does not like Rick anymore? He was not trustworthy of Rick. He's the one that had the gun. Spencer, yeah,
the guy that was hiding the alcohol, the food, and the two guns.
I think in the book he actually is the traitor, and it looks like they're setting that up in the TV show too. Yeah. So, I enjoy it. I'm not the 33% that think it's awesome, but I think it's very enjoyable. I like it a lot. I like it better than last season so far.
Yeah, I like it. The whole Negan thing brings in a new story arc that I kind of like.
Nobody's hiding under a dumpster, so I'm happy with that.
That's true. I do think it's much better than where I was. It's better than the first episode.
Was it?
Yeah.
Do you think Glenn's under the camper still?
Probably.
Okay.
Decomposing.
Okay. Did you see the meme online about Carl asking Maggie if he can have Glenn's eye so he can have 2 eyes at work?
Yeah, I saw that.
Poor
That
Glenn.
was pretty funny.
Poor Glenn.
Poor Glenn, poor Carl, poor everyone in this book.
Carl.
Yeah. So what about some other shows you
Westworld?
want to talk about real quick? Westworld, yes.
Spoilers for the next 5 minutes.
Spoiler alert.
Yep, spoilers coming.
Bernard's a host. Who didn't
Bernard.
see it coming?
You know,
I think I called it
there
about 4
were
episodes
some
ago.
clues that you think about now going back into it, and especially when he was there in the, when he shows him the photo. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, anything that harms him or anything like that, they can't register. It's
Yes.
like, he's talking about, yeah, this is me and Arnold. He's like, Arnold? looking at the photo, and it was like, could he actually see him? No, maybe not. And the best part is when they were in the cottage, and he's got the lamp looking around. She's like, what's through this door? And he's like, what door?
Oh, yeah, as soon as he said what door, I'm like, yeah.
I think 4 episodes ago I did say he was a host. And
did.
Blake mocked me and said, well, he has a wife and child. Nope, that was part of the programming.
You're right.
Did people say that after the first episode?
Yeah, we did mention that too.
Yeah, it was like, oh, Bernard's a host.
But between us 3, that's what I'm going with.
Well,
That's what I'm going
I started to believe it more when it was discovered that Bernard Lowe is actually an anagram for Arnold.
Arnold Weber.
Yes.
Ah.
And I said, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bernard.
As soon as that was pointed out, I'm like, oh, yeah.
It's got to be,
So-
of course. Because that's how evil people are.
So he killed Teresa, one of
It was awesome.
What?
Yeah.
He did?
yeah, you didn't see.
I don't remember
But
that part.
Ford is building his own robots underneath,
Yeah.
slowly but
Yes.
surely. Couple days, they said.
Yes.
And as soon as Teresa was down there and Bernard was down there and Ford came down, I was like, he's building Teresa in that
Yep.
thing
That's-
right there.
That's
Yep.
a new Teresa that
Yep.
he's building. Yep.
I like
agree.
it.
And
I like it.
He even used the same phrase, it requires a blood sacrifice.
Well, you see? They linked. I was reading some articles online today. It's because the robot that was having sex with the board member,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hall?
Hector.
Hector and Hall, is her name Hall? I think.
I can't remember what her name
The
is.
representative for the board, what's her
yes.
name?
Hall, I think.
Yeah, because
I forgot her
he
name.
could access, the
He
sight
can
and
access
the
the
sound.
robots.
Oh, yeah.
And using them as, and that could also explain how he revealed to Teresa that the board does this every so many years, and that's why there's a theory that he knew what was coming already because other people. He goes, we go through this game every so many years. He may actually have replaced some people that go back to.
I think the board-
Delos and the board. So there may
Yeah.
be some hosts on the board that they're not aware of, and that's why he knows that knows their game, knows they're already coming. I mean, he already made the reveal to Teresa's like, yeah, I already know they're already on their way, and blah 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 blah. And she's like, how do you know?
Because the robotic Teresa is obviously going to work against the board.
Yeah.
And I do think there's some host on the board already. I like it. I like that thing. Ford can't last a season, though, right? He's dead, right?
I don't know. He might disappear, but then I think he'll have to come back for the big...
You hope Anthony Hopkins stays alive for that long.
Well, that's true.
2016's been a bitch so far, so let's not do that.
They may have to find a host for him.
They did renew it for season 2.
Thank you.
They did renew it for season 2, but they said it may not come back until 2018.
What?
Yeah, because they said, the HBO president said, it's an expansive set, it's expensive to make, and they're very dedicated to it. It's the number one show. This season has averaged 12 million almost viewers per episode, which is more than the first seasons of Game of Thrones and the other top one that they had for a while. Like, it blew away even those first seasons.
Good.
So they said they're committed to it, but they said they need to make sure that they can get everything lined
take
up.
time.
Yeah. Which I'm fine. That's
I'd
okay.
rather they do it right than rush it out.
Yeah. Yeah, don't over...
Correct.
They said it wouldn't be late 18. It would probably be January that way of 18.
Yeah.
February, so that's not bad.
All right. Question, though.
Yeah.
7.
Okay. No, Elsie?
Yes.
Who do you think grabbed Elsie? You think it's someone who's working for Ford or against Ford?
I bet it was one of the unregistered hosts in the cottage.
Okay.
Could be the
That's
son,
my bet.
could be
So-
this brother or son or whatever it
So
is.
someone working for Ford.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so too.
has to be.
And I really hope Elsie's not dead because she is quite attractive in that show.
Yeah,
I really
you
like her.
She's
I
cutie
like her.
pie. Yeah.
No, I'm still enjoying it. There's 3 episodes left, I think, this season.
Dang, that's it.
Yeah, that was 7. There's 10 episodes.
Son of a
know.
gun.
I was thinking maybe it was. We didn't see him this last episode. What's his name? Hemsworth guy or whatever who's in there.
Luke Hemsworth.
Security guard.
Yeah.
Do you think he's a bad guy or a good guy? You think he's realizing what these guys are doing and he's going to try to help Elsie
I think he's a good. I think
He's just doing his job.
right now? But do you think he has ulterior motives? Like
I'm
these guys are
thinking
dicks.
He might know some more than he lets on. 'Cause
I like his character.
every character knows more than they let on. I'm guessing, except for maybe the one guy who pissed on the map last week or whatnot. He doesn't know anything that's going on.
The storyline guy.
Yeah.
the creator.
I love that. He's just pissed off. I do, and the butcher, the one butcher who's just dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
both,
did
yeah.
love Maeve's comment. I've died 1,000,000 times. You don't want to die once, do you? Or whatever it was like.
Yeah, how many times have
"Oh."
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now with Bernard being revealed as a host and the expectation that Teresa's going to be replaced with a host, now, one of the things is how many people there in the office are actually hosts.
I'm wondering if it's all of them or the 90% of them. I don't think, obviously, Elsie, I don't think is. But who knows?
No.
Maybe Ford put all
Who
host in there.
knows? I don't know. That's a good question. But do you see the, we did get William and Dolores story advancing.
Yes.
Not too much, but advancing enough. Okay, they made the...
Not too much. They
they
did it.
consummated their romantic
The one time I was-
relationship.
One of the, I was like, where's the nudity?
Yeah, where's the orgy? Yeah. They did do their... But, that was tastefully done. Mm-hmm. They didn't go into graphic sex because they didn't have to because it's a romantic tapping of their relationship. Right? So that moves on and it's kind of neat. She pulls up, do her little artistry thing. It's from memory. And they get out and they look over the cliff and boom, that's what she was drawing. They're like, Lawrence, we're going this way. See you later.
Yeah.
So that storyline at some point in time we're thinking is 30 years prior. The Man in Black, we're thinking it is, current. And Maeve could be current or 30 years ago. We don't know that timeline yet.
What?
But there's the other timeline where when Bernard is doing his interviews with Dolores. Is that another timeline post William and Dolores adventure?
I think it's post William and Dolores.
Pre Man in Black.
Yeah.
Maybe pre Maeve. Maeve may be in the present tense. Actually, we know she's in the present
Maeve's
tense.
in the present. Yeah, we
because
know
we're
that.
seeing her walking around and the current board members are there and everything else because she's
yeah.
walking around.
She told
So we know
current board
Maeve is in the
members.
present.
Maeve is present.
But the big thing is that now the Bernard conversations with Dolores and the significance of the Lewis Carroll Alice in Wonderland book and reference. Somebody pointed out and say, hey, whenever Dolores is speaking to Bernard, is that actually Arnold, but you see him as Bernard? Is Bernard actually what Arnold looked like?
That's a good point.
Possibility, and he's talking to Dolores. Every time he's talking to Dolores is clothed. Mm-hmm. Notice when Ford had talked to her, I think it was Dolores
She's
was naked.
Yeah. And it also makes sense now if he's a host, Bernard, that could be the reason why the computers always work when he goes down below into 20 floors below. He could have a connection with them too as a host. Just a thought.
Just a thought.
Good thought.
I don't think it works, but but it's robotic. I said, I'm wondering, and you can also have a hint too what timeline you're in because the Wanted sign is either Hector or the Bandits. Did you notice that?
I did not.
That's another timeline. Every time they go through Sweetwater.
Sweetwater.
Yeah.
They're banging at the
So
beginning.
if it's Hector,
It's one timeline. Another timeline is there's bandits out there and that and they have to go look for them. So that I think there's two different things there.
all right. And so the bandits are William's timeline, and Hector is the current.
I think so. Yes, because Lawrence would be. Yeah, I think that
because Hector was
Hector's with
in her
Maeve.
bed.
Yes, Hector's with Maeve and present. Yes. So that's another thing. I think I would not be surprised if the Man in Black timeline is the same as present with Maeve. I would not be surprised by that.
Yeah, I think they're both present because
I think it probably
Ford
is.
intervened.
Yeah, I'm not saying definite is, but yeah, obviously Ford was in both stories. You saw Ford in both of them. So. And he looks the same age. Anthony Hopkins didn't get older or younger between the two storylines.
I think that he's looked like that for 30 years, though.
He could be a host.
It wouldn't surprise
Ford
me at this
is a
point.
host now. Yeah.
And what's the end game for Delos? What's
Delos.
Delos? Is it just
no clue? I have no clue what the
just
well,
to make
they want the intellectual property. That's the
yeah.
IP they refer to because Ford has somehow been able to maintain all the artificial intelligence, everything data here on Westworld, and that's why Teresa was trying to upload data links to try and smuggle data out. And apparently, Ford's always one step ahead. He already knows, and that's why that epic scene. Where the board representative is there and they show Maeve's buddy, what's her name? Charlotte? I can't remember her name.
Charlotte. Crap, I was just
the one they just killed.
One of the prostitutes. Yeah. Well, it wasn't a guy. They turned out it was a host that was supposed to read as a human.
Oh, yes.
And she whacks him. And, it was kind of interesting to see, hey, what's going to happen? And Ford's just standing there like on toes, like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, Bernard, you're fired. And he's like, yeah. And you're like, Ford, why don't you do anything? And you're like, he's got something going on.
He's got the end game.
Because he didn't sit there and go, hey, Bernard's my right-hand man, blah, blah. He's like, he doesn't just say anything. He's looking because he knows that was staged and set up.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah. Now, my question is, everyone there thinks Bernard is a human being.
Yes.
He just got fired.
Yeah.
Why is he allowed to walk around?
I don't know
company
either.
Yeah,
by
exactly. That's
himself?
the only weird thing
We're the most
about it.
secure place in the world. Bernard, you can walk around.
Yeah, they didn't even
Bernard,
take his.
you're fired. Yeah,
They didn't even take his mini iPad away, or
Maybe they were trying to do
a.
they were trying to do a severance package. You were still negotiating that.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I thought.
Yeah, I still think they would have a guard on him at all.
No.
No, that wouldn't advance the storyline.
Okay, Marvin the Martian. Last thing here on Westworld. Do you think the final episode this season, Ford basically cuts off all entrance to the park and just traps everybody there in his own world?
That would be so fun. Or not.
I could see that happening.
Well, there's two things. One, I still would like to know his new big storyline that's
correct,
reanimating half of Westworld. Mm-hmm. And two, I think the story ends with something with the board representatives, whether they're just arriving or that lady gets whacked.
I think they all die. Whoever's not a host dies there in the board. Yeah. I could see that.
Or it ends with new Teresa.
Well, my thought is he kills the rest of the board and makes them all host. So Ford technically runs the corporation then.
Or he could already kind of running half the board because he seems to be one step ahead because he knows what they're doing because they may be hosts.
That's what
on the board. Some of them.
Clementine. Her name was Clementine.
Clementine, not Charlotte. Start with a C. Same thing.
Hey, it's Brian.
It's Tony.
And Salty Language, I guess.
That's us. We're Salty Language.
Yep. So, Tony, I hear that it's Hobie's 150th episode.
Hot damn. Can you believe that shit?
No,
Jeff,
I can't.
Blake, Jason, Blake, Jeff.
Yeah, I can't believe people are still listening. No, I'm kidding. I kid. They know it's out of love.
It is out of love, and congratulations, guys.
Right. You can't see it, but Tony and I are raising hams in your honor right now.
Well, I don't have hams, but I got a winter warmer.
You're not helping, Tony. They can't see
hams.
it. Yeah.
I got hams.
Also, it could be, like the meat product ham. We could just be raising hams in the air, or our asses.
That's true.
We've referred to asses as hams. So
pressing ham.
Yeah. And whichever they prefer us raising in their honor, guess that one.
Right. Although since we're on Hobie again, obviously making this episode the second best episode they've ever had.
Right, only because there's less of us on this one.
Exactly.
Right.
I do have one complaint, Brian.
What's that?
My genie of salty language, my wife, Lady Space Violence?
Yes.
Yes. She's a big fan of the Hobie, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And she likes to listen to podcasts at night when she's falling asleep, which is also fine.
Right.
But gentlemen, JBJ, as I'm going to call you guys from now on, it's real hard to give her a good old-fashioned stabbing when you guys are talking all the time. So settle down.
Play some sensual music once in a while to help Tony out.
Exactly.
Or talk
Sorry,
baseball
but,
at least. I don't know.
You know, 3 dudes talking Cincinnati things. It's hard to get me in the mood.
Unless it's like Skyline Chili or something. I mean.
Well, I'm ready right now.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we've gone kind of long here, so we should probably just wrap it up. But, congrats, guys. Here's to, 5 or 6 more. And, check us out at saltylanguage.com.
I don't know about you, but I prefer the hand beer. You're right over there, Blake?
Yeah, I'm choking on my Pez.
Really? I don't know. I was kind of hoping that they were presenting their asses. That'll just get me in the mood to give somebody a stab.
Skyline.
Wait for our Nick Albright in our listener feedback and just put that on a loop.
All I'm saying is Skyline. They do serve up some mean 3-ways. If you're in the mood, sometimes 4 ways. Talking about chili, people. Okay, Blake, I heard you were watching a new show. Much to your chagrin.
Yeah, Netflix.
To your chagrin. Uh-oh. Bad show.
Well, the old lady wanted to... Well, she's like almost 2 seasons behind on Gotham, and there's been no Game of Thrones.
So close with us. She can talk to us about it.
Yeah. So she's been... And she doesn't do Westworld. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't do Walking Dead because she doesn't like scary. Mm-hmm. So I've been forced to watch The Crown.
Oh.
I've been through 3 episodes.
And?
It's the Netflix, about the Queen Elizabeth II's coronation.
And?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Apparently it's pretty popular, and I realize it's really popular with the female genre.
And? Do you like it?
Well, we started watching it. It's okay. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Doctor Who butt in it. Doctor Who's butt. Naked butt. Doctor Who's naked butt.
I take it somebody from Doctor
David Tennant?
Who is...
No, it's that Matt Smith guy.
Oh, okay.
You see, he's got a lot of naked butt in there.
No, is there any female butt?
No.
Really?
I mean, if there was some females, like if there was some naked Queen Elizabeth going on at age 25, I might be interested more.
How about Queen Elizabeth now?
But I understand for that too. After several beers. No, but seriously.
Several kegs of beer.
But seriously, because it's British, right?
G'day, mate.
I guess you can't show a naked young queen that's still alive.
Okay.
And so I started irritating my wife because I kept telling her, do you know how this ends? I can tell you how this ends. I can tell you how this ends. I can tell you how this ends.
She marries Philip.
Yeah, so she marries Philip. And I can keep telling you how this ends. So Charles thing there, I can tell you what happens with him. I can tell you what... So I've been banned from episode 4 on.
So your plan worked.
It worked. I mean, it's got a lot of Doctor Who's butt in it, and it's got Winston Churchill grabbing his penis and walking out of cabinet meetings.
Like
come on.
Like the real Winston Churchill.
Yeah, like what's his name from Third Rock in the Sun? What's
John
his name?
Lithgow?
American. Yeah, Lithgow's playing Winston, and Winston's he's old.
Are you on a first name basis with Churchill?
Yeah, me and Winston. I mean Winston. Okay, I'm an American. I call him Winston.
Every time I hear you say Winston, I think of Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
that's the Winston I know.
Oh, exactly.
New girl.
Well, you have to remember this is one prime minister post World War II. Winston didn't get the back-to-back because he was a war prime minister. They went to Adderley or whatever his name was. But that wasn't going so well, so they're still in rations post WW2. So Winston wins it again, but Winston is older. He's a lot more decrepit. Kind of like Bertie the King. King. And it's the same King from the King's Speech. He's got the speech impediment.
Yes.
And so, but it's not the same actor. It's a different actor. It's what's his name? It's Sherlock Holmes' enemy dude. What's his name?
Moriarty?
Yeah, Moriarty.
Why is Moriarty the king?
Because it's British. I don't know. It's Moriarty. He's the fucking king.
Do they know he's Moriarty?
Yeah, well, I don't know why Doctor Who's in it, okay?
They don't know he's Moriarty. That's part of Moriarty's plot.
Oh, it's kind of like Loki from Thor. Okay.
I don't know why the TARDIS is there and shit, okay? I just know it's Queen Elizabeth. You don't see her butt, but you see a lot of Doctor Who's butt. And Winston squeezing off his Johnson.
So Moriarty is going to be the king?
He was the king.
Okay.
He died of natural causes. Henceforth, the whole reason for this Netflix series.
So Sherlock never beat him?
Young Queen Elizabeth.
Do you see her butt?
No, I told you that. That's the whole point. What was my whole point? All right, yeah. So The Crown.
The Crown.
Okay.
Is it any good?
It's good. Honestly, it is good, but I'm just not into it because I got too many other shows to watch, and there's too much Doctor Who's butt in it.
Much better than Ham's butt.
Yeah.
Well, would you like to do some listener feedback this week, Blake?
Oh, do you guys do Untapped?
I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys
beer app?
Do you guys? Yeah, the beer app. Do you guys actually write reviews for your beers that you drink?
Sometimes.
I rank them once. If
Yeah.
I drink a beer, I'll rank it once. If I already rank it, I won't put it in again.
Yeah. I always try and make it a point to make my descriptions funny.
Oh, I don't write anything about it.
I
just
do.
give it
I love doing it because you read like background details on these beers. It's like, yeah, I'll order this, and then I've never had it before, so I want to look it up. I want to see what it is. And you
read
get
what
these,
other people wrote.
pretentious snobs talking about, oh yes, you can smell the aroma of the oak barrel and the taste of the hops are from the whatever. And so my counter to all that is every review I try to make like something funny.
Mm-hmm.
It could be as simple as just like me likey. Can you imagine a guy trying to pull up like, well, I want to read about this bear, and there's just me that says me likey, and 5 out of 5. But honestly, honestly, come on. So, anyways, I had this. It's called Down East Cider House.
Right.
They're from Massachusetts, and we're at a place up in Columbus, for the NCAA soccer tournament.
Yes.
And they had this Down East cider. It was a special on tap, isn't it? So we drank it, and it was good. Now, if you've had Strongbow, you've had Orchard, you have those other ones.
Yeah.
Those aren't really appley. Those are like
I'm not big.
Those are like artificial flavor kind of
like
stuff. Or
fake
whatever.
ciders.
Yeah.
It's like fake ciders. I took one drink of this and instantly fell in love because it tasted like apple cider, but there was alcohol in it, and it tasted really good. And of course, I already had like 2 lagers, and so
you drank
so
a lager drink and a cider drink and a whiskey drink.
and then I
like
got
this should be a
I got
country
knocked
song.
down, and I got back up again. No, so anarchy. No, so I got so I put it in there, and I said, this is really good. You can taste the apple, and I was like, Strongbow and Orchard are piss. And later, like an hour later, there's like this beep comes up on my phone. It says, Down East Cider House toasted your cider review. So I gave it 5 out of 5, and I called the other ones, and I was like, these are piss. And I was like,
Are they sponsoring us?
yeah, we should check it out and see what
See if
happens.
they can.
Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So you're saying the cider house rules?
No way! You didn't go there.
Hey, it's 150 episodes. Jason learned comedy.
Free abortions for all. That's what the movie is about. Michael Caine gives abortions.
I thought we weren't talking politics anymore.
Well, that was that Simpsons episode where it's like, free abortions for all, boo! No abortions for anybody, boo! Some abortions for some and no abortions for others, boo! You can't please these people!
Now do that in a Michael Caine voice. I'm Spider-Man. Okay, Toby, calm it down. Go back to your cider.
Hey guys, it's Neil from the Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks podcast. I am flying solo, but we wanted to congratulate you on hitting 150 amazing episodes, and we thought a good way of doing that was to send you this little audio clip of where I could say Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks and darkangelsandprettyfreaks.com over and over while celebrating History of Bad Ideas hitting 150 episodes. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for letting us send this in. And I think people should celebrate your accomplishments by checking out Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace out. darkangelsandprettyfreaks.com. Brought to you by Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks. Bye.
And let's segue into some listener feedback sponsored by Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks.
.com.
For this week.
Our other good sponsor this week is Uncommon Goods. For overpriced goods that you need for Christmas presents, please check out Uncommon Goods. There's a baseball dartboard, $120.
But what by baseball dartboard you mean?
You play the game of baseball with darts on it. Isn't it lovely?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's like usually on the back of your standard dartboard.
Yes, $120.
Yeah, that's for people who can't play cricket. All right.
Good day, mate.
No, I'm talking about the dart game.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so we start off listener feedback with Doug.
Number one fan, Doug.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
He says, after 10 days, Doctor Strange is $2 million behind X-Men Apocalypse. Shouldn't Fox just give up on the X-Men?
Yes, they should.
Yes. That might be the easiest answer we've ever had.
Okay. All right, moving on.
Give it back to Marvel Studios. Let them fix it.
Actually, I want to see them reboot it just to see how much of a disaster this can be.
No,
Yeah, let's see what they do with time travel.
No!
Storylines.
Just keep letting Fox reboot it. Keep letting Fox reboot it.
God, no. All right, next one is from Justin Ruff at Justin Ruff.
Ooh.
He's regarding our episode a couple of weeks ago, talking about politicians you'd willingly have sex with.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? He says Governor Nikki Haley. I had to look these up, by the way. Senator Kelly Ayotte. I think Ayotte, I don't know, for attractive politicians. And also Kamala Harris.
I would be fine with Kamala Harris. She's attractive.
Yes,
I don't know about the other two.
Well, there's a theme between all three of these.
Oh, yeah?
Other than their gender. It's we now know that Justin likes brunettes. All three of them are brunettes.
What is the governor of? What state?
South Carolina? North Carolina.
North
One
Carolina?
of the Carolinians.
East Carolina?
Carolina.
East Carolina?
Carolina, yes.
Okay.
Carolina.
That's where Jeff Blake went to college football.
Oh, ex-quarterback.
It's one of
Carolina.
I don't know if he was really a quarterback, but...
we have some corrections.
We always have some corrections.
We have some corrections. The first one is from... That's a big Dev sigh.
The Gentle Giant?
Well, it is Dev's job, apparently, to send us the corrections, because Jason asks him every week.
Yes. So, Dev says, regarding why people don't age during cryogenic sleep, hypersleep... hold on a second. Hypersleep is basically a suspension of all metabolic processes. Lacking of aging is accurate.
Is that your Dev impersonation?
Yes, that is my scientist Dev impersonation. Notice my hands got small when I did that.
You had jazz hands there for a second.
Yes.
Woo.
But they were smaller.
Oh.
Yes.
I would have gone with Beaker as the voice of Dev. Giant hands.
So,
Big hug.
But Dev isn't done yet, because apparently you guys fucked up a lot when I wasn't on a couple weeks ago.
What?
Yeah, he says, regarding who Hobgoblin is. Hobgoblin was created solely as a more medieval-looking version of the Green Goblin. Spidey was to fight Green Goblin again, and the writer didn't want to resurrect the two dead goblins or have Harry don the Green Goblin mantle again. Hobgoblin is essentially a Green Goblin legacy, and Harry becomes Hobgoblin in the Ultimate Universe instead of Green Goblin. The Demo Goblin is a much more interesting looking character.
Well, there you go.
Well,
I was intrigued by it because I love Hobgoblin.
so now we got to go look up the Demo Goblin.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. I
Oh,
know
Gorgon?
goblins, hobgoblins. I mean, these are like Dungeon and Dragon.
Whoa,
monsters, aren't they?
No. This is more realistic.
Okay.
Of course.
Continue to believe that.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe we need to retitle Big Dev the Gentle Giant. Maybe we with small hands. Maybe we need to retitle him as like maybe should we bestow Doctor upon him too?
Oh, scientist.
Dev the scientist? Big Dev the scientist?
Dev the Sci Guy?
Dev the Sci Guy?
Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Big Dev the Sci Guy.
Big Dev the big Michigan Sci Guy.
Because he sighs, and he's also into science. So
See, I got the comedy. 150 episodes in. That's two.
Yeah, you guys.
Like George Costanza, I'm out.
That's it.
I'm out.
Jason's done. It's our last episode.
It is. And maybe there won't be 5 or 6. Salty language. Thanks for cursing us. Next, from the Ditman. Buzz live from the Ditman.
In the morning.
The Ditman says, hey. When it is too early to pick up Christmas lights? When is it too early to put up Christmas lights? Does that date flex if it's 70 degrees and sunny 3 weeks before Turkey Day?
My answer is it's always too early to put up Christmas lights.
Well, you're a Grinch.
You know,
but anyway,
as the positive source over here of the Hobie broadcast, you're a Grinch.
I will let you get away with not before St. Nick's Day. St. Nick's Day is when you put them up.
Okay. I do it the day after Thanksgiving because I'm off for the long weekend, and I just got done shopping the night before, and I'm on a natural high, so I'm ready. So we put up the decorations, and I have a neighbor that the day after Halloween, every year, November 1st, the Christmas tree is up, and the Christmas lights are out that day.
So for them, Christmas is 2 months long?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a little long for me.
You know, the grocery stores have already got their Christmas aisles up.
They've had it.
I mean, they've had their Halloween stuff up August 31st.
I'm fine with that.
As soon as Halloween flipped, they took all the candy out, and now it's Christmas crap.
The week before Halloween, my Home Depot had the Christmas stuff out and moved all the Halloween stuff to like a corner.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what? Can we
$1
get through
for 4 bags?
But they were discounting.
I loaded up on some discounted, decoration, so I was ecstatic.
Yeah.
I got a walking zombie.
Yeah, I know. You got all that and all the chocolate you can hoard for a year. So you give them to all the Superman costume kids. You give them 1-year-old chocolate bars. They open it up, the chocolate's turning white.
Or just powder. It's like a quick Nestle powder.
They start crying.
Well, it does form around the razor blades well, so it's okay.
Exactly. But, I'm such a lazy ass. Well, not lazy, but I'm just too busy.
Mm-hmm.
So for years, our Christmas decoration on the house, I just went and got a green light bulb and just threw it up in the light bulb over the door. And for years, that was our Christmas decoration until the old lady made me take it down. She's like, just stop that shit. Just stop.
Do you put lights up at all?
No, I don't do anything at all.
Do you have anything inside?
She finally broke down. Yeah, we do the stuff inside. Now, you remember, I actually had a Christmas Story leg while she was out on a soccer weekend with the girls when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got a Christmas Story leg lamp and put it in the window for 2 days until she got home with the kids. Now, granted, the kids thought it was pretty damn funny. So she made me take it down that night. So
put your foot down.
No, I lost. So you know what I did with the leg lamp? I took it to work. We put it up in work next to the Christmas tree every year.
Let me tell you, as the man of this household that I'm in, Jeff can vouch for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just put my foot down and tell her I like it is.
Yeah. And then
she said no, and I'm like, okay. I'm sorry, honey. I'll shut up.
He does put the foot down.
Yeah.
But then she laughs.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you doing? I didn't tell you to put that foot down. I'm sorry. I apologize. There's a picture of the Demo Goblin.
Ooh.
He actually looks pretty cool.
He does. That's pretty cool. That looks like Doctor Strange in a vampire outfit.
Nope, doesn't.
Something.
What else we got?
Festivus creep. This reminds me. I did bring up the fact that Festivus is creeping earlier this year too. Because apparently everybody keeps airing their grievances early.
Oh, I got a lot of issues with you people.
All right, so anyways, from Pam Morris, she says, is anyone watching Hula's Freakish? Not too bad, kind of a teenage Walking Dead.
I am not.
I'm not.
I am not. But Pam, keep sending your own review, and maybe we'll play it on the air.
We do play reviews.
There you go. Ooh, this is for Salty Language Podcast. You know what this means?
Somebody's getting a good stabbing.
It means Nick Albright has a Jeff fascination, imagination.
Jeffrey, it's so good.
Nick says,
What'd you say, Nick?
I'm gonna mix it up and go a little less sexual.
Three-way sexual.
If Jeff were Negan.
Oh, Lucy. Lucille.
and had to kill 2 of Rick's people that were caught. Who would he kill and
Give it to me, Lucille.
from Jeff's 2.54 fan?
I hope you like it, Tony. Yeah, now the music's going way too long.
So you guys got an answer for Nick?
I guess, Jeff, you want to pick somebody?
Who would you kill, Jeff?
I would have killed Daryl.
Daryl. Okay.
Since Nick's obviously into S&M.
I'd kill Daryl because he's not even supposed to be in the show.
Okay.
And between Rick or Carl?
Carl.
Well, I'm tired of hearing Carl, and I don't even watch the show. So one of them would have to die, either the one who says it or the one he's saying it to.
Yeah, but you're surrounded by assholes every week, us. So I feel like you might still hear it every week, even if he's dead. You see that horse? We pound it into glue after we beat it down. So who are you going with? Go, Rick. Just to see how the show takes.
Good idea. Get rid of the lead and see how the show
see how it goes.
He was, what's his name?
So Rick and Daryl, gone for me.
Yeah.
Now let's enjoy the show.
Yeah, what's his name that plays Rick? What's
Andrew
his name?
Lincoln.
Andrew Lincoln. He was complaining about being locked into that character.
Yeah, because he's traveling back and forth.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. Which is understandable. He is overseas. Yeah. But, that would free him from his contract. There you go, buddy. And then, 2 years later, he realized he couldn't get any more work, so ask for more. All right. Next, we got Randall Holt at RJ Holt 666.
He's not evil.
Just handled that way.
He says, I feel like there was something important I was supposed to do last Tuesday. Any ideas?
Grocery shopping.
Listen to Hobie.
Let the dog out?
Who, let the dogs out. Who.
Ow.
All right. So we regressed in 150. You made progress. Now you took a step back. No, I'm kidding. Next, from Passerby's Podcast at Passerby's Pod. If I understand correctly, they had a Hot Wings
Yes.
fundraiser this past weekend.
They did.
And he went into a lot of explanations in regarding to a couple of his orifices that were on fire.
The very next day, yes.
Yes, the next day. So thank you, Matthew. All right, so the podcast with stick figures with funny hats. Says, Tom Baker, Doctor Who was not good. Now, this is all capitalized, but I don't feel like yelling at the top of my lungs. Because,
That was supposed to end with a question mark.
Oh, he says, you take that back right now, guys. Are we going to fight?
That's from Doug, #1 fan, and Jeff's riddled me this with Tom Baker. Tom Baker, is it?
He was the Doctor Who with the big scarf.
Yeah, which one of you said he was no good?
Long scarf.
I think both of us did because we thought he was awful.
Big curly hair and scarf. I mean, that's the only one I originally knew.
And that's
back from the PBS sci-fi days.
He's better than Matt Smith and David Tennant.
Well,
I just want to see how many Whovians we get on back on that
I
one.
do know for a fact I have not seen Tom Baker's butt.
Oh. But did you know Moriarty is the king?
Yes.
Didn't know that. We are not going to take it back because we have seen a total of 2 seasons here of Doctor Who, maybe? Jeff has seen...
I've seen the Christopher Eccleston season. And maybe like a couple of old, like I said, probably Tom Baker episodes back in the
So we've seen 1.5
whatever.
seasons, and we will not take it back as Doctor Who aficionados. We're keeping it. And Passerby, we want to know, who do you think is the best Doctor Who? And the worst? Just saying. Scarves.
And which Doctor Who's butt have you seen the most?
Ooh.
And backsack. All right, the Pop Culture Podcast at TPC Cafe says, hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey. Hey. No, it says, hey, guys. He says, my Westworld comment was a compliment from last week.
That was, he's...
Yes.
You know, we appreciate that.
Thank you
We
very
weren't
much.
quite sure if he was serious or being...
Sarcastic.
But we take it as serious.
But that is very nice.
Considering that all 3 of us have been hardened to think of every comment said to us as sarcastic.
Which, A, will benefit you better in life than to not.
Correct. That's a
Correct.
good lesson for the young millennials out there. Just letting you know.
Assume it's sarcasm until proven otherwise.
Yes.
Yeah, so that way you're always pleasantly surprised.
And if you see somebody crying, put your hand around them and tell them to buck up and, grow a set. Anyways.
Tell them they're allowed to miss the exam this week because this was a traumatic experience.
No.
Hobie Soapbox on the Canadian Podcast Network.
You're allowed to miss the exam this week because Hobie was on. You stayed up listening to Hobie.
Okay. That's a good reason to miss an exam.
There you go. And you overslept.
Yeah. You got good sticking after that.
Yeah. A good stabbing.
I like that we're the sex show, the sexual podcast. I like it.
Sexual.
We hook people up. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Little did Nick know. All right. So from Professor Number One at Doctor Number One says
he's been with us for 150 episodes. Well done. So has Doug, number one fan, and RJ Holt's been with us for like 120. So we appreciate that.
But I think he cuts out at 666. It says, can I change my pick for hottest politician? He wants the new first lady.
I don't know. I feel like Mary Lincoln was up there. I still say that.
So, the funny thing was, a friend of mine from high school posted a picture of Melania, whatever her. How do you say her name? Melania.
Trump, Mrs. Trump.
Yeah, Melania.
It doesn't matter how you say her name. You say Mrs. First Lady. Mrs. First Lady.
Just say FLOTUS.
Woo! I just posted a picture of her in like this steel bikini. And it says, what am I supposed to tell my girls that this is the First Lady of the United States and the White House, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, there was going back in between because of the, social media burden in the past week. So I decided to be funny, and I said, can I download this picture for my own personal use? I guarantee you, since the election, Googling for Melania has at least quadrupled in the past year, especially among the 12-year-old boy demographic.
I can't wait for the Donald Trump nude pictures to come out amongst the 12-year-old girls.
God.
I'm sure they're all looking at.
I just threw up.
She's kind of hot.
Everybody loves a naked carrot.
Everybody loves Eastern European women. She's kind of hot.
That's true. No Mary Lincoln. Mary Todd.
I heard she was a 10.
All right, new segment, Jason Raps.
Oh, that's what he's, Professor Number One. Well, Professor, since you've been with us for 150 episodes, I got a special for you.
Oh, God.
All right, stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invent. This is Jason Raps, not
Grab the hold of me tightly, flow like a hawk, move daily and nightly.
Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax like a chump like...
You're screwing me up.
Dance,
I don't
go
need
rush
to read the damn lyrics to do this.
It's in my heart, buddy.
Dance,
go
just
rush.
prolonging the stabbing for the evening. Isn't this? I mean, who needs baseball players?
Okay.
Just listen to Jason Rapp.
You want to do it sexual? Dance. Go rush the speaker that booms. Boom, boom. I'll kill in your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly when I play a dope melody. Anything less than best is a felony. Ooh, handcuffs.
I remember the meme of vote for Vanilla Ice because he'll collaborate.
Yeah,
he'll listen. If you got a problem, he'll solve it. And he wears an American jacket, American flag jacket.
We do have on Twitter at Bad Ideas Podcast. RJ Holt sent one in. He wants to know what is one of our favorite memories from 150 episodes, or 120 for Blake.
And it seems
is that your favorite memory?
Favorite memory?
Seems more like one long nightmare.
Is it saying it's the bad memories that come rushing back?
Like what? Like what?
Like
your Hamiltonian rap from last
every time
week?
we have audio problems and we're trying to solve those.
We collaborate, but we can't.
I don't want to listen.
Come out, did our audio become Daffy Duck for a second?
That wasn't Daffy.
Oh. One of my favorite top 5 is when we did top 5 favorite films since 2010, and Nick the Gimp listed 5 films that he saw since 2010.
The 5 films.
The 5 films. That's it. That's all he listed. He couldn't find any more. I do like.
I got scared for Jeff Morris's discussion of the Serbian film.
I do remember that. That was kind of creepy. That will be a gift at the Cincinnati Comic Expo in September that we're giving away. There you go. There you go.
I'm really disappointed. The first time we had Jeff Morris on, and I was doing my NPR impersonations, and he couldn't concentrate. I wish we saved that audio so we could have played it.
I might go back. I might have to back in my emails.
He couldn't even remember what he wrote about.
Yeah,
because that's when he was still new. He was still kind of shy.
Yeah,
didn't know what he was getting into.
Broke his cherry.
Yeah. He broke his cherry. Yeah.
One of my favorite things is recording an episode, getting it ready to go upload it, and get a phone call from Blake or an instant message. You might want to edit that part out I talked about. That probably wasn't the best thing to put in there. We're about 20 minutes into it. I don't know where it's at. Maybe it's hour 2 or hour 1 of 2 hours. Nope, it's 20 minutes in, Blake. Thanks. Appreciate that. Let me go stop that. Let me go put it back. It's midnight. Don't worry about me.
I know we have the adult label on there, but I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Probably my other favorite moment is when Blake gave number one fan Doug the ape hands comment. That's probably one of my favorites.
He's got some huge hands.
You know what they say about huge hands.
He's got ape hands.
I will say one of my favorite moments is when we opened a specific package and it had a
penis?
Oilers Hobie jersey in it.
The Hobie jersey from the graphic novel was very, very nice. I do appreciate that.
I thought you were talking different packages.
No. And I also, we do like listener feedback a lot.
I do like...
And hams. I liked hams.
Hams, yes. I do like the surprise stuff that we get every once in a while from our fellow podcasters and listeners. Thank you very much. That is really awesome.
Like hummus?
Like a packet of hummus made easy?
More like EU Pez.
EU Pez.
European Pez.
That's right. That's in kilograms.
It's so good.
That's right.
We got wait. Pardon me, I'm getting choked up. We got to wait till next September when the 365 Flicks guys come over.
Yep.
For more. Because here's the thing. Now that Trump's president, you can't enter our country without European Pez. It's a new rule.
It's a new rule.
A new law. I don't know why. It just is.
That's right. Pez.
Yes. Those are probably some of our favorite moments. Worst moments. Keep listening.
Hey there, History of Bad Ideas. It's Johnny Rock, live from the park, from drinking in the park. Want to wish you guys a happy 150 anniversary, birthday. Episodes, 150 episodes. Kind of a funny number to celebrate if you're asking me really. I don't want to say anything, but I guess I'm saying something now. 150 is like kind of one of those numbers you just kind of use like for marketing purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense, guys, but like 150 should be 100, right? Am I right? But you guys probably missed it and stuff. You lose track. You're having fun. You're having a laugh. I get it. Working up on our 100th anniversary too, but we're probably going to miss it anyway. So hopefully you guys can wish us a happy 150th episode anniversary when the time comes. 150 it is kind of a special number. Here in Canada, we're about to celebrate our 150th anniversary of being a country, and we're going to do that by celebrating with a logo that looks kind of like a transformer. So you guys should check that out. I think you guys would be into that. So happy anniversary to you guys from everyone in Canada. I speak for everyone in Canada, by the way, and of course from Drinking in the Park, live from the park. Johnny Rock. Peace out, guys.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Well, since we have a big Florida market, we would like to give you some information. The Miami Marlins AAA team, based in New Orleans, since moving from Denver in 1993, were the New Orleans Zephyrs.
Yep, okay.
They've been changed to the Baby Cakes.
Baby Cakes?
New Orleans Baby Cakes. Let's see here. They have basically a baby coming out of a cake with a baseball bat. That is what they're going with. It was
all right.
There was more than 3,000 submissions to name the team. So
Baby Cakes won.
This is what happens when you give in to the true popular Democratic vote.
Down the hall.
This is what happens with no electoral college.
Soapbox on Hobie, Canadian Podcast Network.
I broke my own promise.
Speaking of baby cakes, you guys eaten baby cakes before?
Yeah, they're nasty.
Oh God,
Well, it has cake. You like cake. I don't like cake. I don't
It's
like cake.
Cake and sugar. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, if people don't know what the hell a baby cake is in regards to New Orleans and Mardi Gras, you would need to explain that as a tradition, you bake a cake and you put a little plastic baby in it.
Yes.
And whoever gets the little baby in the piece of the cake gets pregnant for that year or something.
I thought they just had to bring the cake to the next year's party.
Oh, so it has nothing to do with sex?
You don't put a real baby in it?
No.
No.
Not even the ugly one?
Oh.
Well, maybe the ugly one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No, I just.
But you don't want to put pretty babies in a cake anymore.
No. That's just
Well, I thought
inhumane.
this was an excuse to make a baby.
No, these aren't like big like birthday cakes. They're usually like a coffee cake style
Yeah.
cake or whatever, and like usually in a ring or whatnot. I just remember at one year I was at a party and I think I ate about a fourth of the frickin' baby cake. My brother slices off a very thin piece and gets the baby. It was hilarious.
So they went from breaking wind to cannibalism.
Yes.
All right, there you go.
I'm going to look up the other names that they use, other finalists. I'm going to look that up. Yeah.
That'd be great, please.
Although minor league baseball teams had some great nicknames in the past.
They do. They still do, I think.
They still do, but a lot of times it's not quite as fun. In the past, they used to be better.
You know, I played on a softball team who named themselves after it was like a Seattle or the Washington Lumbermen.
Okay.
And I sat there and said, why do we call ourselves Lumbermen? Why isn't it just Lumberjacks? No, Lumbermen. And it had nothing to do with lumbering. It just had to do with the fact that, they call it a piece of lumber.
Yeah.
And it's this guy holding a lumber, like a 2x4.
And we're trying to hit softballs with it.
Apparently. Yeah. So I was like, why not lumberjacks? And then I got to this thing. And I said, well, here's our cap. Here's what a guy looks like. I was like, okay.
I'm a lumberjack.
And I'm okay. Yeah, exactly. I would have sing that song every game.
Lumberjacks are cool because that's what the Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff, Arizona, they're the Lumberjacks.
Well, until they had to change their name due to sexism, now they're just the lumber people.
The Lumberjacks and Jills.
Yeah, I like that. The other names that the baby cakes beat out. Tailgaters with a Gators.
Gator.
Tail.
Tail. Oh, was it
Gators.
tail like a tail?
I don't know.
Tailgators.
How about gator tails?
No. Night owls. King cakes. Red eyes.
King cakes.
Red eyes.
Po' boys.
Po' boys.
I like the po' boys.
And crawfish.
Crayfish.
No, crawfish.
Crayfish.
Crayfish.
I know, but it says crawfish.
Cray.
It says CRAW.
Crawfish. All right.
Yeah,
okay.
crayfish.
Anyways, moving on. Fans have been very vocal about
water roaches. That's what they are. Water roaches.
Fans have been very. This is from their New Orleans official website. Fans have been very vocal about the whole renaming process. Here's a few comments from NOLA.com.
NOLA.
Yes. How will a father tell his son we're going to see the baby cakes play ball?
I know exactly how you do that. Son, we're going to go see the baby cakes play a ball game.
There you go.
That's how you do it. And any other time, how am I supposed to tell somebody pretty much
Same
the
thing?
exact words that you're using in the question?
Tigers and Saints write, now this is something worth protesting. Nola Muse 814 said, why? Seriously, why? This should have never been on the list. I would be mad if this was like a low league name, let alone a professional AAA baseball team. I have no idea why they even needed to change the name in the first place. This is just dumb.
Well, I agree with why they need to change the name. The Zephyrs are kind of like an institution there, but
yes. But, so yeah, it's,
there's nothing to get upset about, Zephyrs.
The voting.
There's nothing controversial about it.
Oh my God, we're insulting the wind.
Do you like the name? 92% said no, according to the website.
It's just like the American presidential election. Yeah,
we
we don't like it, but somehow the one we didn't want to win
really
won.
didn't change the name to
No, they did. It's on ESPN and everything else. This is New Orleans newspaper that ran this.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: only 99 or 140 voted. I think partially. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, sorry. Hold on, my bad. 1,500 voted for no, and 71 said yes. That's what it was. Sorry. The other 2 million in the state don't have internet. So there you go. Sorry, New Orleans.
See, the difference was the what do you call it?
Technology?
No.
Non-voters.
The non-voters. Well, 58
non-voters,
people said just see my comment. They didn't even vote. They just said see my comment.
But it was the Electoral College is the reason. That's why you can get so many no votes lose to 71 yes votes.
Please listen to Soapbox this week when we talk about the New Orleans baby cakes and the controversy.
Baby cakes and the Electoral College. What do they have in common?
Into other news of the geek. Let's see here. Moving on. You can get a steampunk coffee grinder from Uncommon Goods for $65.
Oh, that sounds actually worthwhile.
No, it says steampunk in it.
I know. I like steampunk.
Oh, you can get a do-it-yourself fermentation kit for $42.
Oh, wait, you're right. It said coffee in it. So
He said fermentation or infertilization?
Whatever. Hot and cold soapstone ice cream bowls for $60 instead of 2. Jesus, 2? God. Anyways, moving on.
Apparently, only 2 people in your family are allowed to eat ice cream at a time.
Who uses bowls? I eat straight out of the fucking container. And I share it with the old lady.
That's why you have a soft serve ice cream maker. You just do it straight to the mouth. Keep that going, Tony. Think of that. Let's see. Each year, the Strong National Museum of Play inducts a new group of toys to the National Toy Hall of Fame. We talked about this a couple episodes ago.
We did.
This year, the museum inducted 3 new toys.
Yay.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay.
Fisher Price's Little People figures.
Yay. Grew up on those.
And this is stupid. The classic swing.
You don't think swing should be?
No.
Swing?
You've
No.
never swung before?
Well, it's a different type. Never mind.
No, does this include all types of swings, including sex swings?
Maybe.
Well,
Anyways,
Oh, no, hold on. That would be a sex toy.
Yes.
I don't think a regular swing doesn't qualify as a toy. It's just a item of amusement.
This is the place that has ball and stick and cardboard box.
Cardboard box is
already,
in there.
So Dungeons and Dragons rolled a critical hit.
Yes.
Number 1 fan Doug did say they need a veterans committee to actually vote on other ones that get passed over, like the NFL.
Yeah.
Let's see. The museum specifically highlighted the role Dungeons and Dragons played in the larger gaming industry, noting the game helped launch the modern RPG genre.
That's correct.
Helped launch? You mean launched it?
Nicholas Ricketts. Oh, sounds like a bad case of
I got a bad case of Nicholas
Ricketts. That actually sounds like a cartoon character. Is this the Strong National Museum character mascot? Nicholas Ricketts?
That's right. There was I was watching
I think that's the name of the baby cakes mascot. I'm sorry to interrupt, Jason.
My joke wasn't as good. Anyways, I got bored with it already. Thank you, ADD. The museum's curator, Mr. Ricketts, noted the game led the way to a completely new, multifaceted, and
faceted.
So close.
I had it. And fantastic kind of play. One that was particularly instrumental in setting the stage for other mediums, such as computer gaming. It was first published in 1974 by Gary Gygax. Avid gamer, he began writing down the rules for a fantasy game that he had been playing with friends for a couple of years. He was influenced by stories such as...
Wrong.
He was influenced by stories such as Lord of the Rings.
Do better research on this thing. It was actually originally inspired by tabletop medieval combat systems, and shit, I don't go into this for too long. Go ahead, keep going.
This is just straight from the news release. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. The news person sucks. Whoever wrote the article.
Anyways, finalists for the Hall of Fame this year also included Bubble Wrap, Care Bears, Clue, Coloring Book.
No, Clue, Coloring Book.
Yeah.
Not Clue. You didn't put a comma in there, so I was like, Clue Coloring Book.
I see a comma.
There's a comma in mine.
Right,
Comma.
My ink pen probably covered it up.
Yeah. Nerf, Pinball, Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
That's awesome. Rock'em Sock'em Robots were
They
awesome.
always broke.
No, they were terrible.
My son has it, and it breaks half the time.
Yeah, well,
Transformers and Uno. So the Dungeons and Dragons Fisher Price's Little People and the Swing now join the other Hall of Fame inductees, such as the Atari 2600,
Yay.
Frisbees,
Woo.
and the Cardboard Box.
Awesome.
I feel like the Cardboard Box, but I think that should be a special wing of the toy museum. You know,
now is there an actual museum you can go in and look at these, or is it just like an online presence where they?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I don't know what the answer is, but I'm going to say yes.
'Cause I would like to walk through the toy museum.
I would like to, too. That'd be fun.
Dev, scientist Dev, the Psy guy. What are we doing with his name now?
Big Dev, the
Psy guy.
Oh, Big Dev, the Psy guy. Could you check that up for us?
Where's this at? Where's the museum?
We don't know if it's really happening.
Oh, you didn't put it on where it's at?
No.
Well,
It just said, at the Strong National Museum of Play.
It doesn't say in the article.
Inducts new groups of toys into the National Toy Hall of Fame. It's so complicated. Man, it's not even the Toy Hall of Fame that does the inductions. It's the Strong National Museum of Play.
I still feel like Transformers could have been in there.
Is this why Donna Summer's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Pretty much same thing.
I was reading when I saw this article the criteria that they have to make it, and I could see Transformers for the most part was a very limited window during its popularity, and they like longevity is one of the things.
Well, then Nerf should be in.
Well, Nerf probably should be in, and they also really take if it changes the way. You think about things the way you play or something. So, I mean, Transformers, okay, they transform from one thing to another, but they're still robots and cars.
Okay. I like your hand motions.
Yeah, everyone at home can see that,
yes.
right?
I found it. It was originally housed at the Discovery Village in Salem, Oregon.
In somebody's basement.
But was moved to the Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York.
Hey, that's much closer than Salem, Oregon.
Yeah, but I'd rather go to Salem, Oregon. Oregon's beautiful.
Yeah, but it's full of all those hippies and hipsters.
And green-ups.
I know.
Ooh, Etch-a-Sketch is in there.
Ooh, Etch-a-Sketch?
Yeah.
From Ohio Arts.
That's right. Barbie is number 1. Crayola crayons.
Mm-hmm.
Erector sets, Legos.
Those are a sex toy.
Lincoln Logs.
No.
Little
Marbles.
Green Army Men.
Oh, Mary Todd.
Monopoly. Roller skates. Teddy Bear. Tinker Toys.
Ugh.
Viewmasters.
I like Viewmasters
Duncan
growing up.
Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yos I fucking hate.
Yeah.
But I understand why they're in there.
Let's do some depressing news.
Womp womp.
The Dark Phoenix saga remains one of the most popular and discussed storylines in X-Men history.
That depresses me.
Question.
Damn it, I hate that.
What is the Dark Phoenix saga?
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
She gets this entity in her, and basically
She gets this entity?
No, this
Force.
entity.
This entity. Well,
I mean, foreign entity.
Foreign entity.
I'm trying to think. Do we give all the retconning they did on this?
No. We're just doing
Okay,
basic.
Basic.
She gets this, and she becomes all powerful. She can destroy planets, which she does. She doesn't really. She thinks she can control it, but she can't. It's one of they always bring back the Dark Phoenix every 10 years, and somebody else gets it. Jean Grey gets it again. Somebody else gets it.
Well, it's the Phoenix Force that
Yes.
she gets, and she ended up after manipulation through several villains in the Hellfire Club.
Manipulation.
Her mind snaps, and she turns evil, and she's got like the power of a god. She goes, she can destroy planets,
which she does.
And
just storylines run amok, basically. Is what
It's
it
a good
sounds
story.
Like.
I like the Dark Phoenix.
You like
it's a
it?
great storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, this
all
is-
powerful, destroy worlds.
But this was from 1983 or 82.
Yeah, early 80s.
Yeah.
All right, this was the era of cocaine.
Yes.
That explains it all.
So Chris Claremont, he's credited with it. They tried to remake it in X3.
Yeah, the third X-Men kind of touched on it.
It was awful though.
But they had to go back in time.
No. We're talking the original X-Men movies.
Oh,
But
they went
back
to the
in time to get
future.
rid of that though, because
Sorry.
It was retconned
it was retcon. So
Okay, go
yeah.
ahead.
because of time travel.
Yes.
So LRM is hearing that there are plans to revisit the arc for the next X-Men movie and make it the central focus moving forward.
It's
Why?
Ark with a C, not the Ark in Northern Kentucky.
No, that's correct. That is correct.
It's checking.
This comes off another recent rumor that Fox might be about to reconfigure the franchise, with Simon Kinberg taking a larger role in bringing the universe together.
Yay.
Why?
You just can't move forward with a regular storyline.
I think part of it is they realize that all these characters are in the 1980s in this film franchise. We need to get them modern day. And they're going to be 50 years old when they hit modern day. How the fuck do we do it?
Come on, they went from the 60s to the 80s.
I know
by
how you
age
can
of
do
2
it.
years.
Make them gender neutral.
And
I know how they can do it. They can put them in a stasis sleep.
Ooh, cryogenic?
As we learned from Big Dr. Dev,
the Psy guy.
I think it was Scientist Dev.
Well, we'll
Big
have to write this
Dev, the
down.
Psy guy.
We're going to have to write this down. Big Dev, the Psy guy.
Let's see here. Penelope Cruz has signed on to star in Murder on the Orient Express remake.
Really? Okay.
All right, whatever.
Nah, it's been long enough. I mean,
I'll tell you one thing. I have my ear to the grindstone, and I talk to a lot of millennials, and they've been saying, "When do we get a murder on
ear to the grindstone?
Ear to the grindstone.
They've
Ear
been
to
saying,
the ground, nose to the grindstone.
whatever."
Metaphor
They've been
mixer.
They said, the millennials have said, when can we get our Murder on the Orient Express remake? And I'm glad the studios are listening. It's been far too long. They've been wanting this. They also said, when can we get our Popeye remake? We're really excited about that. It's coming.
Hey, Agatha Christie stories are great.
Yes. I agree.
Okay.
But I don't think anyone's craving for a remake.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Popeye stories aren't.
No,
so.
Popeye stories.
You know, they're gonna make this an action movie.
They're going to get Jean-Claude Van Damme to play Hercule Poirot.
Actually, I think I've seen this
Penelope
before.
Cruz is a, super spy.
It was Under Siege 2. Steven Seagal, he was on a train.
Although Jean-Claude Van Damme is Belgian, and so's
Yeah.
Hercule Poirot. So
Now, will they
get
make-
an actual Belgie to play him.
And Gerard Depardieu will probably be in it.
Gerard Depardieu.
He plays the caboose.
Depardieu. Depardieu. Depardieu.
I am Gerard Depardieu.
I am a sex symbol in France.
Remy the Crow, give me the big rat of your butt. Yeah, you just can't eat one. I love me some ham.
I don't know what just happened.
Deadpool 3 has been greenlit.
Now, hold on a second.
I'm sorry.
3 already?
Yes.
If they're gonna
With
do,
all the problems they're having with 2 right now?
but Murder on the Orient Express, are they going to make that a modern piece or a period piece?
I don't know. I was in the boardroom.
Because how are they?
How would it go with the boardroom?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Well, let's see. I am Gerard Depardieu. I am in My Father the Hero, My Father the Hero Part 2, and My Father the Hero Part 3.
And Man in the Iron Mask.
Let him out! I want to remake Murder in the Orient Express. I have
we
kidnapped.
here at Warner Brothers don't think that is a good idea.
I kidnap Penelope Cruz. She's going to do it to get out.
Oh, well, if you got Penelope Cruz.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, listen about this. Hey, I'm from Sony. I need some casting couch calls. Bring Penelope Cruz in. Yeah, see. Muy bien. Yeah, I like that.
I'm
Great.
sorry.
That'd be awesome.
I'm sorry, Sony chairman. There's Steven Seagal ready for you for the casting couch. He has a black belt, but he's not wearing it. So he's all yours.
I don't know. I can't stand that hair dye he's got.
By the way, have you seen Steven Seagal's hair recently?
Have you seen Steven Seagal lately?
Recently?
He makes Jeff look like an athlete.
When you get a certain age, don't paint your hair anymore. I mean, him, John Travolta, the black hair paint. It looks like you just took shoe polish and.
Travolta looks the worst.
Oh my God!
A little dab will do ya.
Oh my God!
I feel like he's always using the Soul Glow from Coming to America. He's got it all. Soul Glow.
Oh God! No, but if they're gonna make it a period piece, how
Well, it
are
does have
millennials
women
gonna
in it.
relate if there's no iPhones or Samsung Galaxies?
Murder on the Orient, sponsored by Samsung. Anyways.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Yeah.
No, it won't.
I'm just thinking, on the Express, they're on the train, and everyone's got their phones, and none of them work. Because if they work, they would ruin the story.
Or actually, somebody does get killed, but nobody knows it because everybody's on their phone. So the whole movie is just an hour and a half on their phones. There's a guy dead in the middle of the hallway. Nobody sees it. The train stops, they just walk over it.
You know when they go through a tunnel and they lose their internet connection, the Wi-Fi satellite.
That was the scariest thing about Westworld. Ford doesn't have Wi-Fi down below. Yeah. What else is he going to do?
Well, he's got it. He turned it off.
I know. Deadpool 3 is being greenlit and will co-star X-Force.
Yeah, didn't we go over that already?
Nah. There's your news, the geek.
So they're not doing the X-Force movie then?
I think they're going to spin that off after Deadpool 3.
Oh.
Because Fox has nothing right now because X-Men is dying, Fantastic Four died, and they said, let's just keep making Deadpool. That worked out well.
Yeah, we did one thing right.
Yeah, they can't get the second one going, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, because the director, Tim Miller, I think, he just left over creative differences with Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds' abs. Washboards.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard The Rock was named sexiest man alive.
I agree with that.
I'm sorry. I heard Dwayne Johnson was named sexiest man alive.
He does have a rock.
You could smell that rice that was cooking.
No, The Rock is cooking. The Rock is cooking.
Oh, I thought he was cooking rice.
Do you smell the rice I'm cooking?
Yeah, that's what he says, right?
There's a rice cooker in the Uncommon Goods
It is
for
not for
$89.
It's not for $29.99.
There's a gin and tonic making kit. It looks like you have two mason jars. Basically, that's it. Assembled in Nevada, comes with 3 batches of tonic syrup and 3 batches of gin. $50.
You can go buy your regular mason jars and some cough syrup. just do that for $10.
Hobie's 150th episode.
Take one, go.
Oh, I'm not ready. Do you have any ideas for this thing?
No.
Well, we're just giving them a short note congratulating them on their 150th episode.
Short note.
Classic Brigger send me a note asking him to congratulate him on his 100. Hey man, I've done some really cool shit. Just wondering if you wanted to maybe record something and congratulate me. Hey, sounds good, man. Oh, it's good. I guess the internet didn't force them off air. So I just think that, you know what? We should congratulate them on making it through all of the negativity, people telling them to stop early on, and yet they just powered right through that and still cranked out 150 episodes. That's just perseverance for you right there.
Indeed.
Yeah. Congrats, Hobie.
Congrats, Hobie.
Here's to 150 more, guys.
Good luck.
Hello there, gentle Hobie listeners. It's your friendly British podcasters, the 365 Flicks here.
The 365 Flicks.
Hello there, gentle Hobie listeners. It's your friendly British podcasters, 365 Flicks here.
We are your local heroes of pissy opinion, and we love ourselves a weekly dose of Hobie goodness. And want to say a special congratulations to our podcast brothers for reaching the big 150.
You have to say it like Chef style, like 150.
I thought I did.
It was around about 150.
I'll do the whole thing again. We're your local heroes of pissy opinion. Vocal. What's with the motherfucking local? Okay, right.
Wait there. Oh, hello there, gentle Hobie listeners. It's your friendly British podcasters, 365 Flicks here.
Sure, we are your vocal heroes of pissy opinion. Was it Irish?
No idea what that was. Oh, hi the new there, gentle Hobie listeners. It's your friendly British podcasters, the 365 Flicks here.
We are your vocal heroes of pissy opinion, huh? And we love ourselves a weekly dose of Hobie goodness.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
What in the motherfucker is that?
It started off French and then just went back to Scottish. We are your vocal heroes of pissy opinion, huh?
Just say, we're your vocal heroes of pissy opinion.
I can't fucking do the whole thing in an accent. I can't do it.
Okay, the new gentle Hobie listeners. It's your friendly British podcasters 365 Flicks here.
We're your vocal heroes of pissy opinion, and we love ourselves a weekly dose of Hobie goodness. And we want to say a special congratulations to our podcast brothers for reaching the big 150.
A special well done to Blake and Jeff for putting up with Jason's endless French Michael Caine impressions.
So come on, Kev, who does it best?
What are them three?
Out of us two.
Oh, of us two. You do yours first.
So man's only one little bit.
Are we doing Jason's
We're doing
impression of
Jason.
Michael? All right.
When did he become Elvis?
I don't know. That's just the way he talks.
Okay.
Do your best, Michael Caine. Show the boys how they do it.
No, because I'm going to sound like Peggy out of EastEnders.
Get out of my pub!
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
That's the Italian job. He was
Yeah.
he was way younger in the Italian job.
You didn't specify a fucking movie. Some men just want to watch it well burn.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
My name is Michael Caine.
My name is Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
You've got to say Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
My name is Michael Caine. Where were we?
Oh, I don't know.
A special well done to Blake and Jeff for putting up with Jason's endless French Michael Caine impressions.
That was actually good.
I thought it was pretty good, actually. I was halfway through that thinking, well done, Kev. Why do we fall, Chris? What other impressions can you do?
None.
We're your vocal heroes of pissy opinion.
No, I can't do impressions.
Apparently neither can Jason, so it doesn't matter. They'll play
Ah,
it.
man.
They will play it anyway. I feel we've covered the Michael Caine impression.
You're going to edit that to fuck, right?
No.
Oh, we're not leaving it like that.
Sent as is.
Jesus Christ.
Hootsman, gentle. Hello, gentle Hobie listeners. It's your friendly British podcasters, 365 Flicks here.
We are your vocal heroes of pissy opinion, and we love ourselves a weekly dose of Hobie goodness. We want to say a special congratulations to our podcast brothers for reaching the big 150.
A special well done to Blake and Jeff for putting up with Jason's endless French Michael Caine impressions.
So let's hear your best Brigger Michael Caine impression.
My best Brigger, Michael Caine. I'm Michael Caine.
Summer just wants to man.
Yeah, sometimes he gives it some proper oomph, and then other times he just does what you just did.
He just goes.
Yeah, he just.
Yeah. Some men just want to watch well burn.
That was brilliant.
Is that all right?
That was not dead on, but it was close.
Well, bugger me. So, seeing as it's your 150th episode, we can tell you right now that Cincinnati Comic Expo 2017, we're coming to get you.
That's right, the 365 lads are coming to America. Oh! Who sings that song? Is it James Brown?
I don't know, it sounds like Michael Jackson.
I'm going to touch myself. Yeah! Coming to America. I live in America.
How long's the flight?
About 9 hours.
Oh, brilliant, fantastic. But we want to do it all. Well, we're there.
Yeah.
All of it.
All of it. Everything.
Everything.
Get our drink on, maybe.
We want a hug for Big Dev and his wandering hand.
We want to have a soothing play with Jeff's Viking beard.
Hell yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah.
We want to see Blake in his sailor outfit.
Yes, we do. And that's right, we're coming for a marathon with the Briggs Brigger.
Hells yeah, we are. We're talking King of Queens. We're talking Paul Blart, Pixels, Hitch. I can't think of any other Jason Brigger. Fucking Jason Brigger movies. Kevin James movies. One of the same, really, if anything. Have you ever seen them in the room at the same time?
No.
Exactly. And we want to do it all. Well, we're there, Kev.
All of it.
All of it.
Everything.
We want a hug from Big Dev with his wandering hands.
Oh, hells yeah. We want to have a soothing play with Jeff's Viking beard.
Soothing. We want to see Blake in his sailor outfit.
Oh, I definitely want to see that shit. And that's right, we're coming for a marathon with Jason the Briggs Brigger.
You bet your candy ass we are. And we are talking every single Kevin James project you could possibly think of. We're talking King of Queens.
Chuck and Larry.
Hell yeah, Chuck and Larry.
Hells yeah, Chuck
We're
and Larry.
talking Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Grown-ups.
Grown-ups 2.
Goddamn Zookeeper.
Here comes the boom.
Pixels. We can't forget Pixels. Because it's got the one and only Adam Sandler in it.
And his uncredited roles count too, so you know we're going to be doing that. Don't mess with the Zohans.
We do not want to forget that at all.
We cannot forget about that.
Exactly. And we know he's got all these episodes downloaded, waiting to be watched.
Oh, hell
waiting
yeah.
for us to come over to watch them with him. Goddamn, Kevin can wait.
Kevin cannot wait. That's me. I cannot wait.
Well, there
I
you
cannot wait to watch me some Kevin James TV and movie films with the Briggs.
With the Briggs.
With the Briggs. And we'll do all of that while drinking you under the table. That's right, we're flying the British drinking flag, some bitches, and no bloody beer pong allowed, you ungrateful colonial pussies.
Can you pick us up from the airport, please? Bring Pez
And beer.
and beer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good lads. Nah, but seriously, well done. 150 and count.
All right, well, that music means it's time for top 5. Before we get into that, I would like to thank VF and Nickel over at Graphic Novice. Well, Nickel for taking over and not letting VF get a word in edgewise. And whatever that was that Chris and Kev sent over from 365, some people just love to watch the world burn. So they're starting the ignition there.
Sorry, what impression were you just doing?
I was doing a Chris, doing a Jason, doing a Michael Caine impression.
I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, okay. All right. After those thank yous, we are on to our top 5. Oh, let me check my notes here. Top 5 favorite sci-fi / fantasy films since the year 2000.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
Jeff,
I've been working on that all day.
Jeff, why don't you go first?
Okay. Well, I'm going to put it this way. Well, one, you should probably be able to guess at least half my films here, based on the almost 3 years we've been doing this, 150 episodes. I know I've talked to several of these, and you should probably know them. I will say, I didn't put any superhero movies because I kind of consider that in its own genre. So I know it can cross over, but on my list I didn't put them on.
That's what I did too. I left off superhero movies because I considered them a complete different genre than sci-fi fantasy. Actually, we could have gone just sci-fi, or could have just gone fantasy.
Well, we could do that next
Well,
time.
now we're doing sci-fi fantasy. So
I didn't know if you guys would have enough sci-fi or fantasy. That's why I was doing it.
There's a lot.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I'm starting with my number 5. My number 5 is a movie that I really, 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 really loved, and I know Jason complains about it.
Oh, here we go again.
Number 5 is Solaris.
Oh, okay. Well, with George Clooney.
With George Clooney.
I'm sorry I fell asleep while you were talking about it.
It's not my fault that you don't have the intellect to keep up with a simple movie.
I've never even heard of this movie before.
You don't want to. It's like Gattaca, but worse.
Is it about what? Star? They're traveling to a star? Solaris? What is it?
Two people in the future.
They're going into the sun. They're going to burn.
One's born naturally. The other one.
Big.
No, that's Gattaca. Sorry.
No, it's there's an observation station around a
star.
Galaxy.
I'm bored already. Jason, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is District 9, and I hobied it.
You liked District 9?
I love District 9.
That much to be in your top 5?
Yeah, in the last 15 years, yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of helpless
16.
aliens shitting on themselves.
They were like shrimp.
Prawns.
Yeah. I liked it. It was different. That's why I liked it a lot.
Crayfish.
Sorry, crawfish.
Did the humans start eating them? I can't remember.
I don't think so. That was Soylent Green. That was from the 70s. And it was tied, I hobied it, with Serenity.
Mm-hmm.
So there.
Well, you took my number 3 off on a tie. Thanks,
I love
Jason.
Firefly. Serenity was good.
Yeah.
And I was happy to have it back, but I don't think it was the best one in the last 16 years. District 9,
I thought that before I made my list. Then I went through all the movies I could find, and Serenity made number 3.
I thought District 9 was different enough that I haven't seen anything like that in a while, so I've really enjoyed it. So that's why it's on my top 5.
District 9 actually was kind of enjoyable. It was different. No, not what you normally expect.
What's your?
I couldn't get past the accent. Those South African accents.
Some people just want to watch the one bun.
You couldn't get past the giant crawfish.
Oh, that was fine. It was the accents.
The reason that was readable, the accents was not. What's your number 5, Blake?
My number 5 is actually a 3-way.
Dungeons and Dragons. Oh God! In the name of the king. In the name of the king.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna write that down now. Dungeons and Dragons, the Book of Evil
Mormon.
No, okay. No, mine is it's the Pegs trilogy. They were all it's Shaun of the Dead. Rebooted the zombie trilogy.
You're a big fan
The
of
whole
this.
zombie thing. Hot Fuzz and The World's End.
Okay.
The World's End probably not as popular as the first two, but it's still I thought was pretty funny and
Hot
significant.
Fuzz really sci-fi?
Hot Fuzz, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there aliens in it?
Sci-fi fantasy.
Okay. Good for you. What's your number 4?
Yeah. Number 4. It's another tie.
Oh, you hope he did.
Yeah. I can only think of movies that started with the word "the" and one other word, so I put them together for my number 4.
Okay.
So there's a method to the madness.
Okay.
There's actually I do really like them both an awful lot. It's The Prestige and The Road.
The Prestige was very, very good. It's one of my favorites recently. I didn't know if it was sci-fi or not.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What do you mean it's sci-fi?
I guess it
or
was.
not?
I guess it was.
Jesus Christ!
They only made a machine that duplicates people.
Is it really sci-fi? Is magic really sci-fi?
I just realized that.
I don't know. A second. Oh, magicians are actually science fiction. I don't know.
Blake, he's got a point. It's not science fiction. It's science fact.
Oh,
That's something
yeah.
Tesla actually made.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's real.
Yep.
It's real to me,
That's
damn
right.
it.
It's true.
Yeah, I guess that was a dumb comment by me.
That was probably number 6 on my list.
Yeah,
I'm going to put Prestige tied for number 2 now.
There you go. Well, did you like The Road?
No.
Viggo Mortensen
I
and
like
his
the
daughter?
book. I like the book.
I thought it was pretty. I thought it was a good post-apocalyptic, fairly kind of realistic post-apocalyptic thing.
I did
quite
not
depressing.
See The Road.
It is very depressing, but they come across a good number of things, and you really don't know exactly what caused the apocalypse. You know, you think it may have been kind of like a nuclear strike or kind of something like that, but
Or Donald Trump.
or the millennial protests blowing up the world. I don't know. Let's see.
Soapbox on the Canadian Podcast Network. Well, my number 4 is Tie. Tied it.
Of course.
Tie.
Frequency.
I thought you were going to put that
I
on
like
there.
Frequency.
I know you like Frequency.
I can't remember what that was.
No, I have not. I think I might just watch it when it's all done and just watch the whole season.
What was that movie about?
This guy is on a...
She?
No, it's a guy.
Some guy?
In the TV show, it's the female. It's in the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
It's his son. He does ham radio, and he connects back to his dad back 30
he
years
talks
ago.
back into the past through the ham radio.
And saves his dad from dying from murder.
It was better than that sounds.
Yes.
Okay.
It starred Jesus.
It's kind of like the lake house with the time traveling mailbox.
You're not helping her. Not helping. Not helping.
You tied that with the lake house, though?
No, I tied it with The Mist. Love The Mist. Love the ending. Love the whole movie.
This was good.
So I'm going. That was my number 4s. Mm-hmm. Jeff, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That's an honorable mention for me. I like that movie a lot.
I really like
I
that
haven't
movie.
been able to watch the movie in its entirety, but I have seen parts of it.
Very
but
well
it
done.
hasn't really inspired me to watch the whole thing.
But
Maybe I just can't get past the Jim Carrey thing.
He's good in it, though.
he's good in it, but I can certainly understand people having a hard time getting past what they look at him and say, "Oh, it's Jim Carrey."
It's the I don't know.
It's better than number 23.
Of the Sunshine Mind.
My
Is
number
he-
3 was Serenity.
That's why I couldn't get past it.
He's
'cause that's
talking
the
out
only
of his
thing I
ass
could
the whole
think of.
time.
Yeah, talking like the Mask the whole time, exactly. Or the Grinch. Or
Let's never mention the Grinch again.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Your number 3 was Serenity?
My number
It
3
was Serenity because it was blown by Jason.
Yes, Jason likes to blow things.
I do. Number 3 was a recent one. I don't care. It had its flaws, but I loved it. Force Awakens. Star Wars Force Awakens.
Doesn't surprise me that you put it on there.
Okay, well, there was a lot of disdain over there.
No,
Just-
no,
here's-
not at
Why don't
all.
you go fuck yourself?
No, I'm sorry.
Hey.
I was not being sarcastic. That was.
Oh, see, that's the thing. You gotta take it as sarcasm. So I take everything.
You could have just said, "Hey, the rewrite of Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi."
Oh, jeez. We're going to talk about your red, white, and blue show, or what was that movie that you always liked? The French ones? I don't know.
That's Morrison likes the red, white, and blue.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
He likes the one where you. Turn
Hey, if
the
you're gonna
engines off
insult
by
me,
punching
get your
him in the balls.
shit straight.
But you're number 3, Blake.
Get your Depardieu straight if you're gonna insult me.
In the name of the king.
Depardieu.
Oh no, in the name of the father. Sorry. What's your number 3, Blake?
That was a good movie, by the way. In the Name of the Father.
Yeah, you talk in the name of the Father, in the name of the King.
My father, the hero. Same thing.
Was he in the name of the King? Was you a bull movie?
No, never mind. Never
In the name
mind.
of the Father was Daniel Day-Lewis.
As you have
movie?
noticed, I am not on it tonight, so let's just keep moving.
After 150 episodes, his brain turns to mush.
It's always pretty close.
He was too busy watching the world burn.
He was just 150 episodes away from insanity. Number 3 was 300.
I see what you did there.
I actually came to this with a lot of skepticism, but it was a Frank, what's his name?
Miller.
Frank Miller. So I'm like, okay, I gave it a chance, and I actually really liked it a lot.
Did you see the sequel? Well, the prequel?
What, 301?
No, what is it called? It was a prequel, $2.99.
No,
300 Rise of an Empire? Is that
Yeah,
what
Rise of the Empire. Yeah, the later one, the sea
It got
battle
destroyed.
with the
It said it was
Athenians,
awful.
the Athenian navy. But here's something good. If you like Greek history, you like Persians, you like all that kind of stuff. This is where I'm going to segue into something that's kind of timely. Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. He just finished up a 3-4 parter called, they're like 3 hours a pop, called Kings of Kings. And essentially it goes back and looks at the Persian Empire through Greek historian eyes, and they talk about these battles and basically, the Greeks versus Persians, and how basically here in Western civilization, it's been set up as the Greeks, the small guys against the bad guys, the Persians, because that's the only angle that we have.
Always root
from,
for the
from the
underdog.
historians and the Greek historians basically
we got the
telling the
Greek
stories.
side of you.
It's mostly, and that's almost all that they have, and that's it. And so, but he goes through and looks at it, and
Well, luckily we
actually,
even have that. Alexander the Great destroyed a lot of shit when he conquered places.
well, that
Because he wasn't so great.
yeah, well, that and the fact that you're getting it from Greek historians several decades, possibly hundreds of years after the fact that these things happen.
Yeah, after.
So you only get that, and it's afterwards, and actually, if you dig back into what they do know of ancient history, the Persians actually really weren't that bad of an empire compared to the Assyrians, the Babylonians, everything that came before it. The Persians were actually kind of like the good guy empire of the Far East, in terms of letting people keep their religions and the assimilation and all that kind of stuff. But you get them built as the bad guys up because you get the Greek version
Because the
of what it
underdog
is.
story is
The
always
underdog
better.
story is always better. So actually, Dan Carlin does a really good job of presenting both sides, and you like history podcasts. I know some of our podcast buddies do shots of history, and the Facebook page and all that kind of stuff. But if you go in, Dan Carlin, Hardcore History, Kings of Kings, that series is good to listen to, especially if you got a 9-hour flight, for example, coming from the UK.
You're coming from London.
You're coming from London, you got 9 hours, listen to that. There you
Everything
go.
I learned from mythology was from Hercules, the animated movie.
God, no, I know you're saying that just to get under my skin, but
What?
it works.
What?
Oh, what?
It was so good.
I'll go watch your world burn.
Great.
What's your number
Yes.
2,
Number
Blake?
2 was, I couldn't think of any movies that started off with 2.
Oh.
Well, I do, but hold on.
Two
Inception.
2 women. Never mind.
No.
What? Inception.
Yes.
That was my number 1.
That was your number 1?
Of course it was.
Well, it's my number 2, and it's up there. So there you go. Inception. Great
Just because
sci-fi.
Jason doesn't get it.
It's basically Dreamscape on steroids.
Dreams inside a dream, inside a dream, inside a
That's
dream,
really cool.
inside a dream.
At the end, is he actually back, or is he decided to
doesn't matter.
stay in his dream
It doesn't matter.
with the spinning top?
He's happy with his kids.
There you go.
How do you know? You fell asleep, apparently.
No, I watched it.
I
Thank
think you were
you.
dreaming.
Oh, I see what you did. Okay. My number 2 is a tie.
Are you actually awake now, Jason?
I don't
This
think
is
I am.
150th
I'm
episode?
fading. My number 2 is Hobie It again.
Of course you did.
The Prestige, because
Oh,
Blake
'cause
just
you
mentioned it.
Thank you.
I didn't know it was sci-fi. And actually, my original number 2 was Interstellar. The recent one, really well done.
So your number 2 are 2 Christopher Nolan movies, and then you bitch and complain about his best.
Yeah.
I don't get you.
Yeah.
Batman Returns?
No.
Dark Knight?
Inception.
Dark Knight?
No, that's actually Jonathan Nolan, wasn't it?
No, they're all Christopher Nolan. Jonathan Nolan just writes.
Yeah,
man, Memento didn't fall into sci-fi or fantasy, so.
And it was before 2000?
In the world
Oh!
2000.
Tangent, since we're on the Tangent Bound Network, Memento.
Oh, God.
Our buddy Jeff in Columbus.
Yes.
Never saw the movie, not Jeff here, but another guy named Jeff.
Okay.
Never saw the movie Memento. So a couple years ago, we kept saying, you got to watch this movie. It's about memory. It repeats itself, blah, 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 everything. Memento. So finally, he goes, and this is when they still had Blockbuster. He goes, gets the DVD, Memento, puts it in. And it keeps starting and going back, starting and going back, starting and going back, starting and going back. And the DVD kept skipping. And he said, he's like, I can't watch this anymore. He's like, he realized he's 3 hours into the movie, but the DVD thing said he was only like an hour and 20 minutes into the movie. And he realized the movie kept skipping. So not only was he watching Memento, but it was just skipping Memento backwards. And he said he finally gave up. He's like, I can't fucking watch this movie anymore. And he realized if it's skipping, he's like, fuck it, I can't take this anymore. Took it back to
Do you think somebody at Blockbuster did that on purpose, scratched it just for that?
So he's like, I know it's sad. It goes to get a little bit back, and it comes back a little bit back, comes back. And he's like, I couldn't. It was like 3 hours, and this movie had no end. And I kept watching the same thing over and over again. And I looked at the DVDs, it's only like an hour and 10 minutes in. I don't know what was going. So oh my god,
Blake
true
said
story.
it would get better.
True story. Did you ever go back and watch the end? He's like, no, I fucking hate that movie.
Well, I suppose he's got a reason to hate it.
I just picture the Blockbuster employee. Let's scratch this fucker right here.
Can you imagine watching this movie? You're like, why does everybody think it's so great? It's driving me crazy.
It's the same thing for 3 hours. Jeff, what's your number 1? Number 2?
My number 2. Yeah,
Yes,
'cause
sorry.
You already heard my number
sorry.
1.
No, you're fine.
You finished your 2s?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. My number 2, of course, is the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my number 1.
Oh,
The
So
Lord of
we
the
had the
Rings
same 1 and 2,
trilogy.
just
So
in
we
a
had the same
different
1 and
order.
2, just flip flopped.
Yep.
Exactly.
So Blake has taste.
Okay.
Yes, and Jeff has taste.
All right.
What do you think my number 1
And
is?
we know that you have borrowed a taste because you wrote my movie down after I gave you the idea.
Yes, I do love
There you
Prestige.
go.
Because the ones that I thought you would have, you already mentioned. Let's see.
I kind of broke a rule for myself on this one.
Uh-oh.
It is from 2000s, but
Guardians of the Galaxy.
there you go. I didn't like. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it
Really?
did I thought it did Star Wars better than The Force Awakens did. I loved it because
I thought it was
know,
good, but I didn't think it was like number one.
I knew nothing about them, and I watched it. I loved it, and Chris Pratt's abs. But I have watched that more.
You're right. Yep, I'm gonna have to have that in my list. I didn't add the Chris Pratt
See?
factor.
And you had Zoe, what's her name? Zeldana.
Yeah, you
what's
also
her
didn't
name?
have Jurassic World. I thought you might put that in yours.
Nah, it was good, but it was on my top 5. Is that sci-fi?
No, it's fantasy.
Okay.
Because everybody knows dinosaurs never existed. Because they didn't make it onto the Ark.
They did make it on the Ark. They just died of
Oh, wait a
dysentery.
minute.
It was a rough one for them.
That was rough.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy is the number 1 Marvel film, superhero film. I love it.
They didn't make it because they tasted like chicken.
How'd the chicken make it?
They crossed the road.
We did have some listener picks. Pop Culture Cafe had number 5, The Incredibles. Number 4, Underworld. Ooh.
The first one wasn't bad.
No, the first one wasn't
It just wasn't what I was expecting, so I was taken aback by it.
That's true. Let's see here. We also had
Predestined. They had number 3, Predestination.
Thank you. Which was I'm trying to think what actor
remember
was
what
in it.
that was. Predestination?
Yeah, I
don't
saw
know
the
that
cover to it, and I remember it come out, but not much about it.
Is it better than Final Destination?
Well, everything is.
Well, this was out before Final Destination. This is Predestination.
Gotcha.
Let's see. We also had Captain America: The First Avenger. He had, and number 1 was Iron Man.
Wow. See, I would put the first 2 in the superhero category.
Obviously.
Well, yeah.
I probably put number 5 in the superhero category.
Number 5 would be animation.
From Jeannie. And who is she?
She's the first woman to space violence
There you
over
go.
at Salty Language.
Sorry about the stabbing. Let's see.
Or maybe we're happy about it.
Hey, actually, you know what? I'm feeling kind of warm and tingly inside.
Number 5 was 300. Number 4, District 9. Number 3 was Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away. She hobied it.
I enjoyed both of those movies.
2 was Stardust. I've never seen that. I wanted to, though.
I saw it, and I think I was hoping for more, but I'm hearing good things about it, so maybe I'll give it another chance.
Number 1, Unbreakable. She had no hobbits or supers.
You know, that would have been a good one. Yeah, that's true. That would be my honorable. No hobbits or supers. Darn it.
But Unbreakable is a super.
Kind of, but it could be sci-fi. Because it really wasn't superhero-ish.
It was like the superhero origin story.
Origin story?
Origin.
Oh, sorry.
That's
So
how
it's kind of like a superhero story without being a superhero story.
Yes.
Matthew, Passerby, had The Matrix Reloaded. Matrix Revolutions.
No, I'm not talking about the text. I'm talking what's under the text.
Stop it.
Subtext? Yeah.
Stop it.
Subtext.
Constantine, John Wick, and John Wick 2. I think you had Keanu Reeves fever. Wait a minute. You would pick. Did you not pick the new Point Break?
Oh, Johnny Mnemonic was in the 90s.
Oh.
That's why he didn't.
Let's see. Chris, the Frenchman over at 365 Flicks. Had number 5, The Prestige. 4, Serenity.
Jolly Good. No, Serenity. No, I'm talking Jolly Good to The Prestige.
3, The Martian.
What's
2,
that stuff?
Harry Potter Saga.
No.
Nope. And number 1, Lord of the Rings.
Brilliant.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think that he said In the Name of the King trilogy. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yui Bull. Good job, Chris. Good job. So thanks everybody for sending it in. Bad idea of the week. Number 27. Deleting your emails on a government server. Okay, moving on. Thanks everybody for listening. And Roger says goodbye.
It was a private server.
Goodbye.
Hello, Hobie listeners. What are you doing next September 22nd through the 24th, 2017? Jason, that's a year away. Well, sure it is. But you know what? It's never too early to plan for the Cincinnati Comic Expo. Last year we had Stan Lee, we had John Barrowman, and even Teddy Sears. Zip. He was fast. That's September 22nd through the 24th at the Duke Energy Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Check the Cincinnati Comic Expo Facebook page out for all the news, or you can listen to Hobie and we'll be updating it as they release the new guest. Again, Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 22nd through the 24th. Make your plans now.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad.